Okay. Hello, chat. How's it going? Hopefully well. We're back. We are playing Ace Combat 5. I just downed some raw honey so that my voice doesn't get as rough as it did yesterday on stream. I was prepared today. I have lubricated my vocal cords ahead of time. Not making that mistake again. And I'm ready to get some S ranks, I think. Hopefully many, many S ranks. Let me get the game open. Hold on. That's the wrong folder. I always, for some reason, have a hard time. There we go. Getting to that other branch of, what's it? PCSX2. Like every time I confuse myself. Okay. What happened yesterday? My voice has just been really rough this week. And yesterday, it got kind of bad near the end of stream. I also was like chugging water yesterday too. It still didn't get ahead of it. I think we had like somewhere around 15 S ranks total left to go in this game. I don't remember exactly how many, but it was something like that. We had like 3 or 4 left on hard mode, and then we just had to go clean up expert. And then all the medals will be ours. All the medals. Yeah, we have 3 left on hard mode. I'm just gonna load straight into it. We're gonna make so much progress in such a short amount of time, you don't even know. No crashes, no failed objectives, nothing. Not gonna get hit by any missiles. Definitely not. Has never happened on this stream once, ever. This is mission 25. That's this mission. This one's a time limit. We have to do it in 15 minutes.
According to
Okay.
This is Heartbreak 1. The jailbreak
I'm ready.
starts here.
I'm motivated.
I'll be witnessing your bravery from down here, everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Witness my bravery.
Is there someone else in the car? Me?
Balteus beat my ass so hard today. Really?
Edge engaging.
Balteus has claimed another victim. I probably didn't need the laser for just that plane.
There's a helicopter too.
Yeah, we don't even... I guess I do want the laser to speed things up. Never mind.
There's a fork up ahead. You have 2 choices. Take the shorter way and base heavy attacks, or take the safer route, which
Check
takes
this
more
out.
time.
Hey kid, which route looks better to you? Should I take
Oh.
the shorter one?
Yes. I need to pay attention to the questions.
The shortcut. They're going through there.
I need to be
He told
quick
me
with
all
it.
about you guys. Kid, Chopper, and
Have I seen... No, I have not seen Deadpool and Wolverine. I've kind of, like, completely tuned out on Marvel at this point.
Is the Prime Minister all right?
Although I saw that RDJ is back.
Some kind of drug.
That's something. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love RDJ. But, like...
Is Bard off
I don't know.
behind us?
It comes off kind of transparently as, like, we need to get RDJ back to revive the franchise.
Kid, break down the front gate for me.
It doesn't feel subtle.
Here they come. They're firing at us.
And, like, it you know, multiverse and all that, they can do it.
They actually made it through.
But, like,
Damn. They've got
so far when they've done multiverse variants of characters, they've just used different actors for, like, the different variations. At least I haven't seen the Deadpool movie, and I think that one was going to be pretty multiversy. But from what I saw, at least at the beginning, that's how they were doing it.
Still not dead. You're really
But yeah, now they're just like, yes, we need RDJ. So, big contract. I also saw that apparently, with his new contract to come back, he's officially the highest earning actor of all time now. Did anyone else see that? The man has earned it, if you ask me. I like Robert Downey Jr. a lot. I'm a big fan.
Well, that goes without saying.
More helicopters.
That's some great driving. He keeps doing this, and I'm gonna get an ulcer.
Boosh, boosh.
I assume you fly
Oh, Balteus. I was like, hugging who? Who am I hugging?
boobs, please.
I was so confused for a second.
Not bad at all. Creating
Damn it.
diversions is the first step in espionage.
It's almost over. Those guys are
I'll take it.
I hear that voice again. All that
Come
voice
on,
was
laser
chatter.
beam.
I missed that voice.
These guys are incredible.
Boosh, boosh, boosh.
Screens are flying up there. Enemy fighter overhead.
It's probably the best cameo ever. Oh, I've seen it. I've seen it. I know. I also won't spoil it, but I got it spoiled.
We're almost at the
I was trying to think. I'm like, what is he talking about?
We either
Yeah,
take our
I've seen
chances
it.
with the shortcut.
I saw it on, I want to say Twitter.
Hey, kid,
Probably.
which one looks better to you? Should I take the longer one?
No.
Okay, I'll bust through the shortcut.
It's like I'm playing Ocarina of Time with the owl.
Twist through here.
How much I'm paying attention to his exact wording every time he asks a question.
Layers of enemy firing positions spread around the area.
Gets past here. Got it?
I would say good weapons for Balteus, personally, are bubble guns and shotguns.
It's me. We're losing you.
In my experience,
You guys follow me.
those are typically the weapons that I find the most success with.
Shut up and stay in the car. There's
But it's also been like a year and balance patches have happened, so take that with a grain of salt.
tracer rounds are nothing more than pretty fireworks if they don't hit.
Oh, there's more. Please, there we go.
From the air too.
Every time
I'm gonna need a second sweep.
bring along these
Bubble guns? Yeah, the bubbles.
Stop that. Everyone jealous.
Chat help. What are they actually called? Are they pulse rifles? Is it the pulse rifles that look like bubbles?
airfield operations
Pulse-
will begin in
pulse
5
guns.
minutes.
Let's show your teacher what we're capable
Pulse
of.
guns.
That's quite a strategy. Busting right through the middle.
That's one tanky AC-130. I guess it's a big plane. Oh, wowza.
Just hope this car doesn't end up
Pulse cannons or something like that. Pulse something.
Ground target.
Plasma bubbles.
Destroyed.
How am I supposed to spot the enemy in this
Laser.
darkness?
Boosh, 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 boosh.
Far enough. Get as close to me as you can.
Fine. Missiles it is. There's a mission update near the end of this, right?
Escaping vehicle detected at 1 o'clock.
So I think I do want to save some lasers for the end. Definitely.
There are planes with jet black.
Man, that AC-130 is maneuvering.
Airfield operations will begin
Holy
in 5
moly.
minutes.
Oh! Dude, you know what else I saw on Twitter? Holy shit. So get this, right? Brace yourselves, Activision moment incoming. There's been a lot of community hype among the COD crowd recently for this mod project where a team was making a Modern Warfare 2 remastered multiplayer within Modern Warfare Remastered. Like they were making their own modded client. They fully custom remade all the MW2 maps and weapons and all that.
Take our chances with
The COD crowd was super excited. It was going to come out today, right? This is important. It was going to come out today. Yesterday, they got hit with a cease and desist. So many people were like buying Modern Warfare Remastered over this week to get ready for this mod to drop. Everyone was so happy to finally get something like this.
holding up.
They got cease and desisted the day before launch. Thank you, Activision, for cease and desisting mod projects once again.
All right, we're starting up.
Just whenever a COD mod gets to the point where like it is legitimately offering something so good that that it's even somewhat of a threat to like the current Call of Duty game, it gets cease and desisted by Activision. And it's so insane to me. Like thousands of sales. Yeah, everyone who bought it this week is now like also refunding it.
They're coming this way again. Now what? Is this really it?
There's a modded client of MWR called I want to say it's called H1, but it requires a Steam copy of the game to play it. It's just a modded client to get around like hackers and stuff.
Top speed.
Because MWR on PC has an RCE exploit.
I'll play spectator here on the ground and watch you all fight.
Showed up at the block party before it got off the ground.
Stay close to me if you want to survive.
Come on. This poll isn't even fair. It has to happen. You know, I said it just yesterday because we're also doing a Soulsborne one for the Elden Ring streams. And like, the thing with bracket tournaments is everything has to face off eventually, right? It's just one of those moments where it's like, oh man, this is a bad matchup, but like, it has to happen.
It's a little dusty.
We'll see how much of a fight 3D can put up. We'll see how it manages. So far, it's not so bad.
Enemy tank
It's not so
force
bad.
ahead. Engaging.
So players can't refund the game. See, if they were really thinking that's what they would have done. But no, they did it literally the day before, which is
Exciting.
just the worst. Like, I wasn't super hyped or anything, but I was probably gonna reinstall the game and check it out at some point, right? It sounded fun. I grew up playing MW2, so I was down for that.
Edge to Heartbreak 1.
But
Fly past our allies' front line and head for the ocean.
not anymore.
Castro will meet us on the way.
Roger that. Just hope we don't run into any bad guys.
They had done some like alpha tests and stuff. So part of me kind of hopes that someone who participated in the alphas like has at least those files sitting around that they can leak to the internet. Because all that the cease and desist means is that they can't continue working on the mod, right? So if someone out there were to maybe distribute a version of the mod that had already been distributed, all I'm saying, this is what we saved the lasers for. Oh no. Oh yes. Beautiful.
That's how an ace pilot flies.
That is how an ace pilot flies. You know it.
Bastards all bailed out. I gotta admit.
Gotta be out there somewhere. That's what I'm saying. Someone has to leak this. Someone, please. Loophole Gaming. Someone, as long as the team who got cease and desisted doesn't distribute it, they didn't violate the cease and they didn't do anything. Let someone else leak it. Someone else, please. Who has it?
84 92nd
Who has those files?
Grabox Squadron to be more exact.
No, seriously, it's such a bad. I hate when Activision does this.
Also safe. Mission
Well, to be fair, they have a couple games. There are a couple COD games that they don't do this with. like World at War and Black Ops 3, but the only reason they do that, like they let the modding scenes for those games get really, really good, is just because there are official mod tools. So there's not much you can do. You can't really like give them give the players mod tools and then be like, but you're not allowed to use them to make anything good. Okay, just to be clear. That's why like Black Ops 3 mods are fucking phenomenal. There was a Black Ops 3 client that got cease and desisted.
Comrades has come to our aid.
I'm covering my own ass because someone might know this situation and bring it up. There was a client called Boy for BO3 that got cease and desisted. But the only reason that happened was because that client allowed people to use cracked copies of the game to play multiplayer on servers. It was facilitating piracy, so they got hit with a takedown. But other than that, the modding scene for BO3 gets left untouched.
I'll support the Uke fleet coming to our side.
Also, what the fuck were they thinking? They were making an actual good client that would have fixed like the hacking issues and stuff on BO3 and everything. But they decided to allow it to work with cracked copies for some reason instead of requiring the Steam authentication like most modded clients do. And they got hit with a takedown. And now BO3 is still unsafe to play on multiplayer because no one can use the client. God damn it, boy team. I don't know who was working on that, but y'all fucked up for all of us.
You have my gratitude.
Look, the battle's just taking a new turn.
I was so pissed when that happened. I didn't even know about the cracked copy thing until that happened, but I was so pissed. Because me and False were gonna play Black Ops 3 Zombies for a stream on her channel, but we were waiting for that client to come out so that it was actually safe to play on stream and we couldn't get like booted offline or anything.
I'll take full responsibility for this. Commence firing.
But then they got hit with the takedown before full launch.
Commencing attack. Our pilots are all afraid, saying that the Rosgrees are here.
This one is probably score-based. I don't know. It might be time-based. I didn't look. This mission, I don't think I've had issues with S ranking this one. I kind of just went in without thinking because I was yapping. Hello, Jess.
We're supposed to be dead.
Aren't we going to have problems maintaining the chain of command? No worries.
Come on. Oh, I can't hit it with a laser.
Enemy in front of us. Enemy Uke fleet destroyed. We'll continue to attack the remaining enemy ships.
Oh, I thought he would straighten out. Motherfucker.
Those planes flying above
He actually knows what he's doing.
Rosgrees. So you have the nerve to respond. You'll pay dearly for your crime of treason.
I thought the miss was for the laser for a second. I was like, I have never once seen it tell me I missed with the laser. Took me a second for my brain to catch up. That's gonna miss. Terrible shot.
Flying. This is a war zone.
A snake. See, I can't do it every time. You didn't think I was gonna do it because I haven't done it in a while.
We can't let them crush our chance for peace.
Come
I
on.
can feel the shockwaves all the way up here.
There's no way I hit it. Nope. If it is score-based, the ace is worth a lot. There we go.
Nice kill.
Harold, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it.
Hatred calls for
Nanomachine, son.
and this is the result. Is there nothing we can do?
No.
All right then. I'll try placing my bets on you, Captain.
He's like, all right, well, shit, we can't do anything. You do it then. It is time-based? Okay. Laser time then. Check this shit out.
Enemy ship confirmed sunk.
It's so stupid.
We're almost there.
Chivalry sunk. Enemy Ocean fleet down to half strength. Ocean Aegis ship Halcyon sunk. Ocean carrier Barbet sunk.
Enemy ship confirmed sunk.
That's gotta be fast
Enemy
enough.
ships suppressed. We've won. This is the captain of the carrier Kestrel.
Wait, which of the
Souls that have survived.
final missions do I have to S rank?
Our journey is almost at an end.
I think it was the very final one. I don't think we have to do the tunnel run.
Reclaim peace between the two nations.
The Falcon is a YF-23, but reverse engineered by the Covenant. As a Halo fan in my youth, I'll take it.
Ships in the area, as well as
The very
all
last one.
OCS
Okay.
forces have been brought
That's gonna take like, oh, it actually is gonna take like 5 minutes, but that's fine. I was gonna say it's gonna take a minute, but then I remembered there's like the long fly up before the squad shows up, and then there's the wait for the satellite to come down.
Captain, Rosgrees, launch.
I would have said Burke. No, that's the Wyvern you're thinking of.
Your final sortie. It's almost kind of sad, huh?
I wish it was my final sortie. Free me from AC5 S ranks, please. There's so many, and then we have to do 0. But at least I'll be free of 5, please. Yep. I love taking off like that in the Falcon. The instant you're not like locked onto the runway, you just spike straight up.
Good luck out there, Rosgrees.
What is this one? This one, it doesn't matter either. If you just use the laser, you can't not S rank this. I don't even need to bother looking. I can't mess this up with a laser. At least I haven't yet.
I'll trust and follow your orders like I've always done before, Captain.
Yeah, AC0 is winning with 80% over 3D / Assault Horizon Legacy. Regional naming differences, aren't they fun?
Captain.
Blaze.
Famous last words? No. Trust me. Trust me, bro. We got this. There's no possible way to not S rank it with a little TLS action. I feel like that's like half of AC5, to be honest. Although there are some missions that even with the TLS, it's tricky. What is it? Mission 3? Is that the one where if you don't get the ace in like that really short window, you just don't get the S rank? Am I thinking of the right one, chat? Is that mission 3? It's like 3 or 4, I want to say. Even with the laser beam, that one is kind of... You can actually fail it. Mission 3, yeah.
Blaze.
I've failed it multiple times, even with TLS. Most of AC5, though, legitimately is like, if you just bring this thing, whip out the laser, you'll be fine. Whether it's time-based, score-based, whatever. Just bring out the laser, you're fine. Check this out.
Enemies. My heart's racing. My whole body's shaking.
5. Oh, I got 6. We got 6 in one laser. That was fucking awesome.
I don't have time to be afraid. We gotta get past them.
Don't fight by yourself. Take them 2-on-1.
Captain, 2 enemy planes on your 6.
Where?
Shall fall to your deaths and lead the way for the soul as it smashes into the earth. 3 minutes.
There's an ace that pops up like over here.
This isn't over yet. All enemy planes destroyed.
Is mission 3 the one? Yeah. You are forced to be in the F5 unless you're doing free mission.
I see light to the east. Morning's coming.
6 aces in one laser was pretty
Our
sweet.
night flight is over.
I am very proud of myself for that one.
Beautiful sunrise ever.
And the sun will continue to rise now and forever.
Come on. Booyah. Now we wait. This one must be score-based, yeah? Just because it takes so long for the soul to even come down.
See?
Must be score based.
I bet my mom will be happy to see my brother come back home from Yuktobania.
You ought to go make her happy too.
I think.
We're almost
We've got time. I might as well look. Since I'm wondering now. S rank. Yeah, you get an S rank for finishing with 24,160 points exactly. So you have to shoot down all the aces as well as all 4 of the sold components to get it. Or if to throw the ace in, that probably makes things a lot easier too. How much is the ace worth?
I vowed to myself that I
Oh,
would
only
never lose
2,000.
my flight lead. And that's what's kept me
Might not
flying
even
today.
affect it that much then, to be
So
honest.
please, Blaze, let me fly as your wingman just a little while longer.
1 minute.
1 minute. Another one of these AC5 wait for it moments. These honestly, stuff like this does make this game a little easier to stream though, to be honest. I don't have to be locked in the entire time. There are like built-in breaks where I can just read chat for like a minute or two. It's nice. Works out. If I wasn't streaming, this would just be pain. With like these random 2-3 minute breaks on some missions. Shoot down all the soul components. That's gonna be so hard. I know. You just wait. It's gonna be so difficult to shoot down all 4 of the soul components.
The Sulk has fallen to an altitude low enough for you to attack. I know you can do this.
It's time.
Destroy it. We gotta stop that thing, Grim.
I know.
Why is he saying grim?
Yeah! Blaze, let's go!
She's got the right idea.
50 miles from the
I have the laser
City
beam.
Outlet. I've received a data link from your
It's
guide
time!
with the Sulk's structural details. The Sulk's outer shell is a rotating accelerator. The only way you can attack its core structure directly is through the gaps in this accelerator. That's bad news.
I think I did it. It doesn't get old doing that. It really doesn't. It's just perfect every time. I don't know if that's sarcasm or not. It really doesn't get old doing that. Just pulling up, pointing the laser in the direction, and everything flies off. God, what a plane. What a plane. I haven't cheesed this mission in a long time, so I'm wondering if you'll accidentally destroy the central core. I wonder if you could do that. Anyway, I know that I cover up some of the ranks, but that's all of hard mode. I wonder if... I mean... just thinking about it, it definitely sounds possible to mess it up by doing that. Where are the medals again? Gallery. Oh, chat. Okay. All that's left are the expert S ranks. Let me go count them up. See how many we've got. We could maybe, if I'm really locked in today, maybe get to 0. Actually, let me count before I say that because I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Let's not waste any time. Speaking of mission 3, it's maybe possible. Maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the special colors. I thought about maybe, what's it? Swapping back. Aced it. We were on hard difficulty. Now we're on expert. To get the medals on 3, you don't, or sorry, on 3. On 5, you don't actually have to S rank ace mode. Thankfully. That would just be a 4th playthrough, right?
Edge engaging.
Thankfully, we only have to S rank every mission in the game 3 times, not 4 times.
All right, please.
But expert, in my opinion, is largely the same difficulty as ace. Because, like, AA guns and flak don't do as much damage as they do on ace, but it's pretty close. And missiles one-shot you anyway on expert, which is really where you'll actually get shot down the most, is by missiles. Since they are just one shot, one kill. If you make a mistake, you get shot down. It's basically the same thing. I wonder if that's why they don't require ace S ranks. Because other than that, I can't imagine why there's not a medal for it. Honestly. Like, they have them specifically for normal hard expert, but not ace. Although Zero does have, it's not a medal, but apparently the garage, or sorry, the hangar, Armored Core came out for a second.
The entire Gulf is in flames.
Apparently the hangar in Zero gets like decorated all specially if you S rank everything on ace. So that's enough of a reward where I say that we have to do it. I think it's a requirement. Even if there's no medal involved, that's a reward. It's a tangible reward. Because like with 5, it's just, well, the satisfaction of having done it. That's not enough. It's not enough to convince me to S rank every mission a 4th time. I need something. It's the requirement. It changes from every mission. It's either like you have to get a certain amount of score throughout the mission or just finish it in a certain amount of time. This one I think is score. And we've learned from previous runs of it that really it's just all about this one pilot that shows up at the end. Like if you do well for most of the mission, and then you shoot down the ace pilot near the end, you'll have enough points. Because the ace pilot just gives so many. You S rank the entire game, here's a golden pile of shit. It's a bit of a Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild moment. I was so upset the first time I got the Korok shit pile in Breath of the Wild. Oh my god. I was so pissed. And then I was even more pissed when we 100%ed Tears of the Kingdom on stream, and I got the exact same shit pile for doing it a second time. I could not believe it. The audacity to give it to me twice.
Man, this is the worst day of my life. Range to bay exit 3 miles.
I guess we're just waiting. I shot all the planes down too fast. I 100% it because I love the game. I do love the game. Just not quite as much as many others.
I shouldn't have looked.
It was bugged in the EU version. Oh, really? So the EU version of Zero doesn't get the ace S rank reward because of some bug. That's actually very unfortunate.
Say something.
I feel like EU versions of games get screwed so often. Because, like, you know, the EU has some prolific AAA developers, but not anywhere near as many as NA or Japan, right? So typically, it's like, say it's something like this where it's a Japanese developer, right? They make the game for Japan, and then like next priority is the NA version. Like that's the big one because, you know, US sales, money. And then the EU version comes third. So a lot of the time you just get weird issues that pop up on EU versions, or you get stuff that's never even included or whatever. But then sometimes you also get like What was it MGS 2 that did the European Extreme thing for the first time? It's 2, right? You get European Extreme mode, where the devs are like, we are sorry that the European version took so long, have a whole extra difficulty to play on. Where does the ace spawn again? That's not him by the Kestrel.
I'm not gonna let him sink us here. Gotcha. Anti-ship missiles ready.
This mission really does come down to this one ace, so I'm trying to just keep my eye on him.
Alpha 3, enemy vessel bearing west
I'm like on the border.
best shot. You've gotta fly
Please, laser beam, please.
We're gonna break through the middle of that fleet. Guess we'll have to accept the loss of a few ships.
No, I can afford it.
Fire from your right. Bandits in gun range.
There's no way I mess it up.
Phalanx at 12 o'clock low. Claiming Tink. Bring all the wounded inside.
MGS 2.
Don't have time to treat them.
That's why they called it that? Yeah, it comes from the European release of the game. Like, if you play the old, what was MGS 2 called? The original MGS. Sons of Liberty. I wanted to say Guns of the Patriots. I knew it wasn't right. Sons of Liberty. If you play that version, it doesn't have European Extreme on any version other than the European one, because that was where it came from.
Captain Snow, we entrust the
Europeans were extreme. Yeah, they named it. They named it that just because Europeans are so hardcore. They're real stealth masters. Surely. This next MGS stream, I want to say it's not long from now. Oh man, the next MGS stream is going to be so good too. We're actually going to get free of Ghost Babble. It's going to be amazing. But yeah, European Extreme first came about because I think it took like an extra year, right? For MGS2's European version to come out. Hold on. Metal Gear Solid 2.
So, kid, does it feel good to be the flight lead?
Going to the wiki. Because they always have like all the region release dates.
You'll get used to it soon enough. Don't worry about it too much.
It took like an extra 6 months. It wasn't a year.
This is the captain of
It
the
came out in
aircraft
November
carrier
of
Kestrel.
2001
Successfully escaped
for
the sea.
NA in Japan.
My
But then it
thanks to
came
the
out in
brave
March of
warriors the
2002
sea
for Europe.
and in the air.
So it came out like half a year late in Europe. And they threw in a bonus difficulty to compensate. You'll finish Elden Ring before Ace Combat 5 and Ghost Babble.
3 planes. Count 'em up, man. We're all back safe. I can't wait to tell
The alliteration. Fair. I didn't really know why until I found out that it came out so much later in Europe.
The enemy attack and has broken through into open waters. Although the 3rd Ocean Naval Fleet sustained considerable damage,
There are
it's
some
still
games in
combat
Japan where their hard difficulty is EU and NA normal difficulty. Yeah, especially old Capcom games. There is a reason for it that like we know nowadays. I'm trying to think. I know RE1, like the original PS1 release of Resident Evil, was harder in the NA and EU versions, I want to say, than it was in the Japanese versions. The way that you can know if your original RE1 is harder or not is one of the things they did is they removed the auto aim feature from the game, at least for the North American version. My old like black box copy of RE1 that I have sitting around, if you play on that, there's no like aim assist or auto lock, whereas in the Japanese version, that's just how the game was designed to be. Like, it was supposed to be there to make up for how weird aiming was with the camera angles and everything. But they just removed it as like one of the difficulty adjustments for NA. Anyway, DMC3 is notorious for it, because DMC3 is a really complicated game, not an easy game. And yeah, they just had the Western versions start on hard mode, but they labeled it as normal mode. That's a very well-known one is DMC3. They did it because of how big game rentals were in the US.
Near the mass driver.
They wanted it to be like, yeah, you have to actually buy the game because you can't just rent it and beat it in a weekend, you know?
Every team to restart the launch.
So a lot of old Capcom games especially have that, but it was more than just Capcom. Capcom just has a lot of big noteworthy ones from back in the day.
All that hard work just down the drain.
Like PS1, Resident Evil, DMC3, etc.
It's all over if the tanks break through.
I should use the laser on those.
Do you think our forces are sufficient? So it's up to our close air support.
I don't know why I like answering no so much whenever they ask a question in this game.
Shot one down.
Attention allied
There you are.
planes. Destroy all approaching enemy tanks.
We're doing it. Ye old turning upside down, flying straight at the ground for a kill.
I'm on orders from our air defense commander.
I always get a little scared doing it, knowing my habit to just nosedive into the ground. Like, I always think that it's gonna be safe, but then I question it while I'm doing it.
Fire ups to launch. Throw the Molotov cocktail.
I thought that Jill had auto aim and Chris didn't. No, not in the US version. It's just there's no auto aim at all.
Enemy tank confirmed.
RE1 is really weird with like version differences because there are so many releases of the original RE.
Direct hit.
Like I don't even have, and I really know the original RE like a lot, but like I couldn't sit here and tell you all the version differences. I know some. I have like,
Multiple enemy aircraft overhead. They're
how many versions of the game do I own? 3 versions? Yeah.
Bounty and ACVs destroyed.
Yeah, I own 3 different versions of RE1, like PS1 RE1. And all of them are like very slightly different in weird ways.
Ground invasion and decided to just destroy the base. Wipe out
But I've got the
Make an effort to minimize any damage to the
I've got the old
mass
black box copy. And then
driver. Cruise missiles tracked on the outer
I've
edge
got,
of the
what's it?
All fighters, engage and destroy.
Oh, I bought a digital copy on PS3, which I want to say is the DualShock Director's Cut. And that version has some interesting differences.
The SSTO is gonna get hit if this keeps up.
And then I also own that new GOG release.
Continue SSTO launch.
I've barely played that one though.
Attention all personnel. We only
I have
one
barely
chance to launch.
touched the GOG
Let's all do our job
release.
and see this through to the very end. That is all.
Director's Cut has my favorite song. It's specifically, even I'm kind of guilty of this because I forget sometimes, specifically the DualShock Director's Edition that has the altered OST.
Must be the aircraft behind those cruise
The
missiles.
original Director's Cut
Before the enemy planes get
has the original OST. Because even on PS1, there were 3 releases of Resident Evil 1.
Check the missile's current position.
When I say that that game had a lot of different versions that are hard to keep track of, I mean it. Like, even on the original system, there are 3 different releases of it in the US alone.
They're going to penetrate our defenses sooner or later.
It gets wild. There are so many versions of RE1 out there.
That thing can sure take a lot of hits. It's as solid as a rock.
We'll be safe here. Calm down.
Love RE1, man. I love all the, well,
Minutes to launch. Hold
I love RE1 and RE2. I was gonna say I love all the PS1 RE games. RE3 is okay. It's fine. It's all right.
Do you know why the Arcbird was built?
It's definitely the least of them for me.
I can't shoot them all down.
You'll do fine. Stay calm and you won't
Nearly
miss.
broke my respiratory system the first time I heard it.
Increasing.
Yeah, I think the version on PS3, I want to say the one that I own on like PS3 digitally is the DualShock, but I couldn't tell you. I don't remember if it has the altered OST or not. I know that the new GOG version is mainly based off of the original director's cut,
In a few minutes. Have faith in our fighter pilots. Don't rush your
So
final
it has the original OST, thankfully.
Don't underestimate the enemy.
Because like aside from the fart song, a lot of the altered OST is fine. It's just not as good. The original definitely beats it a lot of the time.
Continue the operation.
But even there are some really good tracks on the altered one. What topic are we on? I'm talking about all the weird different versions of RE1. Did Jared tell you all this? No, admittedly, the videos that I don't get super into from Avalanche reviews are like the every port videos.
Take the wounded to warehouse 4.
Like they're kind of interesting, but it's not so much my thing.
Remote measurement units.
Like I always try to watch them, but then at a certain point, I just kind of ADHD kicks in, which normally doesn't happen with Jared's stuff because Jared does a good fucking job. I've just heard the fart song. It's bad. Have you not heard it before? I think I've played the RE1 DualShock Director's Cut Mansion Basement theme so many times on stream at this point
Guidance, navigation, flight control, telemetry.
that I'm surprised if anyone who hasn't been around here a lot has missed it. Like I've played it so many times.
Proceeding with launch.
As well as, you know, I've pulled up like videos of quotes from RE1
Was the SSTO hit?
because holy shit, the dialogue in that game is just the best thing ever.
Job is done. Evacuate the area immediately. We can't have any mistakes here. We're staying.
Check my comment on Patreon. Maybe.
1 minute left. Have a safe
Whoosh.
Damn it. Is
How
this it
recent?
for us? The Earth
What
Force
difficulty are we on?
soldiers-
Expert.
I know they will. So don't give up.
Yeah, Tornadoes take 3.
Come on. Have they launched yet?
Last Ace Combat stream. Oh, I pulled up quotes last AC stream.
Battle doesn't change soon.
You're right. Now that you've said it. Yeah, last Ace Combat stream I did pull up quotes, didn't I?
19.
What did I? Oh, I think I pulled up the,
6.
do you think we could see Tyrant now?
Planes approaching. Take cover.
Barry, you're so optimistic. What the fuck? Jill.
4, 3, 2, 1.
The best part of RE1 dialogue is that the remake kind of fixes it, but doesn't really fix it. Even the remake dialogue is bad. I'm trying to think. What is it? There's a really awkward line in the remake that it always kills me. Oh, it's like you walk into a room and you can run into Barry playing as Jill and he's like looking through books or whatever. And Jill will like scare him when she walks into the room. Like he'll jump and drop the book or whatever. I don't know if this is totally correct. I'm just going off of memory. And Jill will just be like, "Oh, Barry, I didn't mean to get you that excited."
Yeah, I'm seeing it now.
What?
It's a beautiful sight. This is great.
What? It's a really weird, like I probably don't even do it justice. The way that it's delivered and everything is just odd. It really is in a weird spot. It feels like one of those lines that is like, it was recorded for an entirely different scene, but then just kind of got thrown into that one for some reason. It almost feels like that, to me at least. Armored Core 2 music is hit or miss. I like most of Armored Core 2's music a lot. Oh, what was this? The bot? Oh, letters. Jill Sandwich, though, yes. I never even bring up Jill Sandwich. I really should.
Was successful.
I guess I just kind of feel like everyone knows Jill Sandwich and Master of Unlocking and stuff like that.
Transferred a laser weapon module over to the ground.
So I just never really mention it. I try to go for the lines that no one
And the
remembers.
Sand Island detachment.
Or just if you haven't played the game that you probably haven't seen people like send around before. Mission 7. We're cooking. I'm trying to fly through the ranks. Thankfully, I'm just yapping. How many expert ranks have I done? That was 2, I want to say. Fair game. Yeah, it's just a bot thing for
This is AWACS Thunderhead.
unsavory spam is kind of the best way to put it. It's just a protection thing. It's meme too much? What, Jill Sandwich? I mean, it's a terrible line. There's a reason that everyone remembers it, right? But there are so many bangers in RE1 that no one ever brings up. Like, can we see Tyrant now? This hall is dangerous. Powerful weapon, especially against living things. Look at those monsters. Really, every other time a character opens their mouth in that game, they're spouting off some just unbelievably terrible line of dialogue, which is part of the experience, part of the charm for me. I fucking love it so much. It is just so perfect. I love overly campy, bad voice acting as much as anyone else. And I don't think there's any game with like a better, so bad it's good script and dialogue, or sorry, script and acting combo. Oh yeah, stop it, don't open that door. That's a bad one. That's a really bad delivery. Wesker, stop it, don't open that door. So, God, RE1. What else? There are so many. Like, legitimately, we could be here all day. There are just so many. Itchy Tasty. It's weird. I never, probably because I played RE1 when I was a kid, I always thought that the Itchy Tasty note was creepy until like I saw a buddy of mine play RE1 for the first time, and when he read that note, he was dying laughing at the end of it.
You hear me, Nuggets? You have to climb.
I always thought it was legit creepy, but I think it was because I just played it as a kid. English dialogue by Japanese developers in the 80s, 90s, and all that. Yeah, and I was talking about the other day, too. What's it? Oh yeah, the actors in the old RE games were literally like just random foreign models who were like in Japan for work at the time. There's a channel on YouTube called Residents of Evil that has actually done interviews with the majority of the original RE1 cast. And yeah, they were like almost all of them weren't even actors. Like they were legit just models who would do like photo shoots for magazines or commercials or whatever other, you know, random like, we need a good looking white person to promote this product. Like that was kind of their thing. And so the reason the voice acting is like that in RE1 is because none of them had acting experience. They were all legitimately just supposed to be pretty faces for the game, but then they also had to do all the dialogue and stuff as best as they could. And RE2 and 3 largely were the same back then too. The remake, I don't know what happened. The remake of RE1, I have no idea. I feel like by that time they would have figured it out, but maybe not.
Thunderhead, this is Blue Hound. Detecting sounds from Syntaxi indicating imminent missile launch. Arcbird, we'll send the data over as soon as we detect the missile.
Showing that you're paying attention to what they're saying. Yeah, the classic Metal Gear writing of Snake repeating everything back as a question. Time Crisis 1 dialogue is incredible. Time Crisis has bad dialogue. Man, I haven't played Time Crisis in a really long time, and I only ever played it once. It's not a game I grew up with, but I played it a few years ago or so. That's a good one. Will soon be mine.
Arcbird firing laser.
Yeah, Time Crisis dialogue is bad.
Missile
I remember that it was people... it was actual people making creative decisions. Yeah. The interviews on the Residents of Evil channel are so good. They actually, like, you hear kind of what that experience was like doing the acting and stuff for that game, and it all makes sense. I talked about it a few days ago, too. But, beyond just, like, all of them not having voice acting experience or anything beforehand, the language barrier... Sorry, I looked away for too long, almost. The language barrier was super bad between the models and the developers and stuff. So, like, during the shoot to record all the RE1 stuff, like the live action especially, they would have these, like, kind of hastily drawn storyboards for the actors to look at. But sometimes they couldn't quite tell what they were supposed to be doing based on the storyboards. And, like, none of the models or actors actually spoke Japanese, despite living in Japan.
10 seconds to impact. 7, 6.
And, you know, this is like 90s Japan game dev industry, so none of them really speak English either. I mean, even nowadays, most Japanese game devs and designers don't speak English. It's not something that's changed, but even less so then. So, if there was ever, like, an issue where they didn't really know what to do, the language barrier was so bad that they couldn't even really ask and get much direction because they literally couldn't communicate with one another. It was just that bad. So, it all starts to make sense the more that you learn about it. Like, how all the RE1 acting came out that way. And I said the other day, when I was talking about this, RE1 is the only time that they ever did live action stuff, like with models doing the acting and all that. And that's probably why it was the only time they ever did it. They started using CGI cutscenes in RE2 and on, and that's probably why. Does Miyazaki speak English? I don't believe so. Or at least, I think Miyazaki is likely, I would say most commonly with people as high up as like Miyazaki, or you see it with like Hideo Kojima is in the same camp of like, they speak some English, but it's not super strong. I think Miyazaki is in like that category as far as I understand. I think he speaks some English, but it's just not very good. I know that's the case with Kojima. I know that that's why he is seen with a translator, like whenever he's doing an award show or something. Same with Miyazaki. It's because they just don't speak very strong English. Because, like, I mean, in Japan, what is it? In Japan, it's like 90. I think the number is going down right now. I think they've had a lot of immigration the last couple years or so. But I think they're like 98 or 97% ethnically Japanese. Like, legitimately only 2 or 3% of their population, like, aren't born and raised in the country their entire life. So it makes sense why in like Japanese industries, you just don't have very many people who speak languages other than Japanese. Because there's just no need. Like, me being in the US, yeah, most people speak English, but we also are just a hotbed of immigration, so you've got all sorts of languages here. Language barriers pop up here all the time, even just among people who live here.
Arcbird was successfully employed over the forward edge of the battle area. The enemy amphibious force attacking Sand Island was
on Ace Combat PS2 era, a Japanese game series where the English dialogues are at the level of as good or better than the Japanese one. Really? I always hear that the localizations of these games are fine, but not as good.
The remaining Yuktobanian forces retreat.
At least from people who are like so deep into it that they've played both. That is.
Replace our squadron members lost in combat.
curious that dialogue for English was given with whatever storyboard they can, because the English should have more time. I could be misremembering this, but I think it's Resident Evil that I don't believe the old RE games have Japanese dubs like the PS1 games. I think the dubs were just the English ones.
Which plane am I going up? Captain, which plane should I use?
Are we launching in this formation?
Usually got their dialogue also as goofy or butchered. True.
Wardog, launch.
I remember reading somewhere that Miyazaki wrote the item descriptions himself for the first few Dark Souls games, but I don't know how true that is. I could see that. Some directors are super hands-on.
He's relying on us, First Lieutenant Chopper.
This is so obscure, but obscure by general gaming standards.
What's your current position?
I used to be a COD Zombies creator, right? Specifically zombies, like multiplayer COD, Battle Royale when that started coming around, but zombies, I could play that shit all day, every day, right? And I did.
Guide the
So I was super involved with that community, and the director at the time, Jason Blundell, who I don't even know where he is in the industry now. I think he's working for Sony somewhere, but he used to be at Treyarch. He was near the end. He was actually the studio head of Treyarch before he left. Anyway,
I'm counting on you two.
he was one of the most hands-on game directors I've ever
See
seen.
the transport craft.
Like he directed, well, okay. He was on the Treyarch team for both World at War and Black Ops 1, but only as a designer. And he was a designer on the campaign team, not the zombies team. And then, I'm trying to remember. I know this, I just have to think. Black Ops 2's campaign he directed,
Is that the enemy speaking?
and while he wasn't the main director for zombies in Black Ops 2, he directed 2 maps. And if you know your zombies at all, for especially Black Ops 2, I feel like a lot of people will. It's a nostalgia game for a shit ton of people. He directed
Any problems on
the
your
maps Mob of the Dead and Origins. Those were his 2 maps in Black Ops 2. Everything else was the older zombies director, whose name was Jimmy Zielinski. He did everything from World at War through to most of BO2. He was the director of. But then Jason Blundell directed all the zombies in Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4, as well as those couple maps from BO2, and he was so hands-on. And he is honestly, like, in terms of like community relations as a game director, maybe the best director I've ever seen for just like engaging with your community. Because he was so involved, like directly involved. No PR team in the middle. Like he would just get hands-on with the community all the time. And it was awesome. He had some insane moments where like he once did an interview where he actually like in person went and sat down with a YouTuber in the community, did an interview where he dodged a lot of the harder hitting questions about like what they were working on and stuff. But he also, during the interview, randomly just like looked at the camera for a little bit while the YouTuber was yapping, and he blinked in Morse code to tease the name of the next DLC map that was coming like a couple months down the line. He did shit like that, like regularly, where he would just get involved with the community and do the most ridiculous shit, like blink Morse code at the camera during an interview. And I've never seen a game director that involved and like just having that much fun with the game and like the community and stuff, right? That's so fun. It was crazy when he would do stuff like that. He also, Black Ops 3, famously, every COD game gets 4 DLCs like in their year, right? Typically speaking, at that time especially, for a year. It was like set in stone. They had done it all the way back to like, I want to say Modern Warfare 2 was the first game they had done. So it was like set in stone for like 7 years at this point. There were 4 DLCs a year for every game, always. Black Ops 3, after Infinite Warfare had come out, got a 5th DLC that no one expected before the announcement. And to reveal the 5th DLC, the director personally went to the home of a small YouTuber, and we're talking like, I think he had like 8,000 or 9,000 subscribers. Personally went to the home of this YouTuber and got on a live stream with him out of the blue to like announce the DLC and explain it and everything. And again, like Infinite Warfare had been out for maybe like 6 months at this point. Like BO3, we thought was done like half a year before this, and then he just randomly does this. He would just pull these crazy ass stunts all the time. And he's just, I've never seen a director have that much fun with like engaging with their community and stuff. But I really don't know what he's doing now. He started a studio after he left Treyarch that Sony bought, but before their first game was ever even announced. What was it? I think it was called Deviation Games, I want to say was the studio name. But before they even got to announce the first project they were working on, Sony shuttered the studio. But I think he's still with Sony somewhere now, because that shutdown was like a couple years ago. I have no idea where he is. But at some point, I swear to God, he's going to pop back up. And especially being at Sony, he's probably going to get put onto something relatively big. And I'm praying for the day at this point. Because he's just something else. He's legitimately just built differently. Harada is up there in terms of like game directors who just have fun with the community and stuff. Harada is great. Tekken's director, if people don't know, what's it? Kazuhiro Harada. He's also fantastic in terms of just engaging with the community and stuff. He's legitimately trying to get a collaboration with Waffle House worked out to make a Tekken 8 stage in a Waffle House, after being told on Twitter that it's an American icon, like a cultural icon in the US, known for how many fights break out. He was like, oh, I'll do my best. He also frequently, this is like my favorite Harada thing maybe, just because it's so random and funny to me. Harada loves VTubers. Like, so publicly, he is such a VTuber fan. Like, he's constantly tweeting out like little plugs and stuff for his favorite VTubers, and especially VTubers playing Tekken. He is so happy when VTubers are playing Tekken. And it's so fun because it's so random. But like there was one VTuber earlier this year who was playing a lot of Tekken on stream after Tekken 8 came out. And he legit was like printing his own t-shirts for this VTuber and like promoting them on his Twitter. It was so wild. I love it so much. The VTuber thing with Harada is so funny to me. Someone said that Kojima has also like done some VTuber plugging on Twitter before. Does anyone know? Does anyone remember? Because this has come up before when I've talked about Harada. Apparently Kojima has done some similar stuff before, but I'm just not familiar with that one. Harada VTuber? Yeah, on Twitter, Harada is constantly like promoting his favorite VTubers and stuff. He loves VTubers.
Okay, let's do it. You still there, ma'am? With a lovely voice? Miss.
First Lieutenant K. Nagase.
Have you checked the Harada tweet about the business view and how difficult and useless a petition is from the developer? Or yeah, the developer POV. Yeah, I have seen it.
Tommy's going to try landing.
I have seen it. He talks about it a lot, actually. There was that one time that it blew up, but he's talked about that a few times, like even just this year.
You'll be okay.
And that's where his now famous quote, his catchphrase even on Twitter, "Don't ask me for shit," came from. Was because in explaining like how pointless it is to just constantly badger him on Twitter about like collabs and stuff you want, like what's it? Why can I not think of it? Like crossover deals with other franchises in Tekken, like getting crossover characters and stuff. He talked a lot earlier this year about how little that actually does, because there's just so many factors that make it difficult to get that stuff to happen. And then people kept asking him for stuff. Yeah, guest characters, thank you. That's the better way of putting it. Guest characters. People kept asking him for guest characters they wanted, ignoring what he was saying. And he started just straight up telling them, "Don't ask me for shit. I'm not giving you anything." And now, like, there are t-shirts of Harada that say, like, "Don't ask me for shit" on them. I want to buy one of those so bad, because I love that. But that's like become his catchphrase at this point. So good. Everyone wants Tifa. He actually talked about Tifa a bit. He like expressed some interest in Tifa specifically on Twitter, which is interesting because he normally just ignores like guest character requests, but he did express some interest in Tifa earlier this year.
Are you all right, Mr. Cargo?
Trying to remember, there were a couple that he expressed some interest in.
Mr. Cargo? I've got
Sakurai did the ungodly to make Smash Bros have that many guest characters. It really is. It's so hard to get stuff like that to happen behind the scenes. It does make Smash Bros roster really impressive in that sense.
To see your bridge of peace span into outer space.
Not in Tekken, just in general.
Bird, we're on even terms now.
Oh, this
I'm trying
chat.
to get to North Point because I believe we have a chance.
To hold talks in neutral territory.
Right. Communication is vital.
Hold on.
So I can still believe in you then. I don't want to
I'm trying to see if I can find like the other characters that he expressed interest in.
Uh-oh, I'm out of fuel. This is the Ocean Air Force 8492nd Squadron.
Oh yeah, that's right. He responded to someone asking for Kiryu from Yakuza. He did respond to someone mentioning that as a potential crossover.
take care of him for us.
I forgot about that one. Because I kind of forget that Yakuza is as big as it is. Weirdly. Fat Pac-Man is DLC. My dream Tekken 8 guest character would be Dante. I think he's just... He's so perfect to be a fighting game character. He really is. It's just... He's basically built for it. Hiccups, Jesus. They're hitting hard. Carbonation. Dante from DMC is just, like anytime, it's really any fighting game too. If I ever get asked like who would be a great guest character, I always like almost without hesitation just spit out Dante from Devil May Cry because he's basically built for it. Yeah, he is an MVC and he's great there. Fuck Virgil in that game, by the way. But I love Dante in that game. Which DMC though? I mean, it would be 5. Just the business of... Or sorry, the nature of these crossovers business-wise, it would be DMC 5 Dante. Which I think would be a great version. He's got the swords. He's got the... You know, the... What's it? Gauntlet weapons. And then he's got King Cerberus and a fucking lightning motorcycle. I think it works. I think it works. But I do love having DMC3 Dante in MVC. Because he has a great set of weapons for it too. Especially like Navon in a fighting game. Just works.
his birthday?
simply just works.
Do nothing.
Lightning guitar is a great weapon.
Blaze, switch to special weapons. Make
Like
your shots
DMC5
count.
Dante, he has the essentials plus a lightning motorcycle.
Don't stay in that area for more than 3 minutes.
Oh, and he's got the fucking Michael Jackson hat. Okay, yeah, DMC5 is great. That works.
Release point. Where is it?
That works for me. He's got dual Kalina ands. Like, come on. Come on.
West and east banks of Bana City.
He's perfect. He's a broke, homeless man. That's Dante in every game. He just doesn't show it in every game. But like lore-wise, that is legitimately constantly Dante. They just expressed it more clearly in 5. But that's always Dante.
I hope the seal on my canopy's all right.
Because, you know,
See the chemical weapon test results?
world-ending calamities only come around once in a while.
All right, let me
They're
see how it
not
looks down there.
the most consistent stream of revenue for him.
The gas over the West Bank has subsided. Our tanks go out to the Air Force.
We haven't neutralized all the gas yet.
We haven't? Oh, I missed one. This one is time-based. This one's easy.
Something like this.
We're gonna have a crazy yap session here.
Blaze, what lies at the root of this attack is hatred itself.
This is Charlie 11. The East
Yeah,
Bank's
we're good.
full of gas too. Way to go, pilots.
Pan of pizza, and he's set for another DMC title. That's all he needs.
City is completely clear of gas.
Just a quick
Really
pizza.
appreciate the Air Force for doing this. Mission failed. The gas
I haven't seen much Yakuza gameplay at all in terms of like the combat. I feel like anytime I do see clips from those games, it's of like mini games and stuff. So I don't know how well Kiryu would fit. But everyone always says that he would work really well in a fighting
terrorists
game.
are escaping with the chemical weapons in a truck.
I mean, it's a beat 'em up, right?
That area.
So surely, I'd believe it.
Suspect proceeding south on Route 22.
Hey, let's go watch. This is Baker 7, now on Route 22.
Had no shirts that fits better with Tekken. I mean, he'll have costumes. Every Tekken character has at least 4 like stock costumes, right? Without customs.
Listen, pilots.
So I'm sure they'll have some classic fits in there.
Do you think you could help them out from the air?
DMC is not a beat 'em up.
Air Command. Is that really necessary?
Genres matter.
Well, if you could
Ooh,
dispatch
okay.
some MPs to the scene, that'd be
I won't,
fine, too.
but I could strangle you.
This is Baker 7. We've spotted the truck.
My genre pet peeve. I'm very particular about genres. Very particular. Yeah, the new Like a Dragon games went like JRPG, right? Like turn-based JRPG.
Got our hands full here too. War Dog Squadron.
It's the evolution of a beat 'em up. No, 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 no.
Authorities.
It's character action.
Did you hear that?
Evolved from hack and slash.
Charlie 11 here. We found the
Like hack and slash is the one that I'm like, okay, yeah, people call DMC hack and slash all the time, and I let it fly.
way in the confusion.
I'm cool with it. It's fine. Because that one, at least, I'm like, yeah, it was just like the next step up from hack and slash. I let that one slide. But beat 'em up?
Roger that. We'll take care of it. Hold on. I don't need you fighters to fire on them or anything.
Not even just a little? No.
Yeah, I always just say like a dragon. I know the whole lore
That, Captain?
of the Yakuza series is always just called Like a Dragon in Japan. And the new, like, offshoot spin-off series, Like a Dragon, is in the West. I'm aware. But yeah, when I say Like a Dragon, I'm speaking the JRPG ones, the turn-based ones.
This just in. At the Apito International Airport, our group believed
False has been probably very annoyed with me lately with that one game that she's been playing on YouTube. What's it? Resonance of Fate. When she complains about the grinding, I'm always just like, what? A JRPG with grinding in it? No. I've never, that's crazy. What? How could the, She's probably so sick of my shit.
I found the truck. Damn it. They're
It was during arcade era. Yeah, bullet hell is just kind of a weird one.
11, fall back. Wait for
Where like bullet hell as a genre is so,
Maker 7.
I don't know.
Led into the truck to stop.
It feels like it's a hard genre to really keep alive nowadays outside of a very select few titles. Like you kind of just see bullet hell aspects pop up in other genres now. But you never really see like a pure bullet hell, or at least not often. You do, but not commonly anymore. Chrono Trigger has no grinding. I'll believe it when I see it, because I don't. The amount of JRPGs that I've been told have no grinding in them, I don't believe you.
Can't get near the truck. I'm at Marvin Bridge.
Also, to be fair, my JRPG experience is Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest, that sort of thing. So like, yeah, I've played some grindy ass JRPGs trying to get into them. I've heard Persona's pretty grindy. I assume SMT is horrifically grindy because it's just the precursor to that. And generally, the further back you go with JRPGs, the worse it is. Because like nowadays, a lot of JRPGs are trying to rein it in at least somewhat. Like they're not trying to get rid of it, but they're trying to keep it a little under control now, right? Not let it get too crazy.
Helicopter for us. That's what I've been waiting for. Let's go. Target acquired. Hey, isn't that a Yuktobanian attack helicopter?
Machine gun time. Machine gun on the helicopters is so wacky with this one. I can't believe they make me do this on a limited time frame, no less.
Missiles. 6 helicopters left. Man,
Like this turnaround, what is this?
you think that'd make a good present?
Charlie 11, I don't think your daughter would appreciate it too much.
5 helicopters left. Look, it's a military helicopter. That's not an Ocean aircraft. 4 helicopters left.
No, my big genre thing though. This is probably where my genre pet peeve comes from, like originally. It's a pretty general pet peeve of mine, but my big one to this day, it's probably the origin point, is survival horror. Because holy shit, like survival horror is a very specific subgenre of game, right? But like in the modern day, every fucking horror game in existence just labels itself survival horror and everyone just kind of runs with it. So like you get like Outlast, everyone's like, oh yeah, Outlast is a great survival horror game. And I just about throw up in my mouth every time I hear it. Being the lifelong RE and Silent Hill fan that I am. Oh my god. Yeah, Fatal Frame. Fatal Frame's a good one.
The enemy truck has surrendered.
But Jesus Christ, man. When I hear people say like Outlast or like Amnesia, stuff like that are survival horror games,
Return to base immediately.
that's my big one.
Charlie
That's my
11,
big
we need
one.
a code 3 response to find a dad missing from his daughter's birthday party.
Every time you get a crit in SMT, you get another turn, and sometimes the AI gets tons of crits. Oh, RNG hell. I have no hopes for SH2. I'll be there. I'll be giving it a good, honest shot. But like, man, those trailers aren't
Thanks to your
aren't
efforts in
selling me,
spreading the
to
neutralizing
say the
agent,
least.
we
The
managed to
gameplay that's
contain
been
the
released is
gas
not
attack.
helping.
Still, there have been at least 300 confirmed
I'll be
casualties
giving it a
reported
good,
so far.
honest
We
college
have a
try.
report on the force
But I'm
that
not-
capture Apido
I'm not
International
expecting a
Airport
lot.
at the exact moment the nerve gas attack began. The force
I'm
made it into the
optimistic,
facility.
I'm hopeful, but I'm not expecting it to be great. You know, like Silent Hill 2, way the fuck up here on like my list of greatest games ever. So I'm really I kind of was the same way with the RE2 remake a few years ago, though, where I was like, they're gonna fuck this one up. It's not gonna be right. It won't be. Now it's my favorite Resident Evil game, is the remake of 2. But man, when it was about to come out, I was like, this shit's gonna be so ass. I'm gonna try it, but this shit's gonna be so ass. Fast forward to January 25th, 2019. I still remember the date, which tells you a lot already. January 25th, 2019. I get up at like midnight. It's release time. I'm ready to go. I've already called myself out of school the next day for it. I sit down to try it. And by like 6 a.m., I had already finished Leon's campaign. I had done Leon A first. And I had already finished, like in a straight 6-hour binge, I played through all of Leon A, starting at like midnight on release. I was so wrong with RE2 Remake. I was so crazy wrong on that one. That's like the biggest time that my gut failed me in terms of like how I expected a game to be based on trailers and pre-release gameplay and all that. I was so blindsided by RE2 Remake. I had expected it to be bad. DMC gameplay is closer to Streets of Rage than, and God of War. I said it. God of War is a hack and slash, A, and B came out after and was heavily based on DMC's design. I don't get. The Streets of Rage thing is like just flat out you're wrong, but the God of War thing,
30 seconds to count.
You're right. I just don't know why it would piss me off.
Sorry, let me make sure one more time. We need to match up.
Like God of War was specifically based on DMC's design, so like yeah, they're pretty similar.
Well, I just have to hope I'm right.
Distinct but similar.
10 seconds.
Oh, whoa. 10? Uh-oh. I'm not ready!
4, 3,
I'm ready.
2, 1.
I'm always ready. What can I say?
Attack was successful.
All right,
Any closer to the light? We're on expert,
let's go for the next one.
and we're within... Oh, not and then? No, then you're just horrifically wrong. That's bait. That can't even be remotely serious. That's just bait.
30 seconds to countdown. And mark.
Early era 3D platformer, man,
20 seconds.
I fucking loved Crash Bandicoot when I was a kid. The first two, I never played 3 as a kid. Or what's it called, Warped? Never played it when I was younger. But man, I fucking loved the first 2 Crash Bandicoot games when I was a kid. You know what is still,
3, 2,
like,
1.
the greatest thing about the Activision Microsoft deal? For me, like, I still am not over this. Crash Bandicoot is an Xbox property now.
And mark.
Like, in case you've never thought about it, because I feel like it's, like, no one ever talked about that
10 seconds.
as part of the deal. I always thought that was one of the craziest parts of it.
4.
So in case no one has pointed it out, you've never realized it, whatever.
Looks like we did.
Crash Bandicoot is now an Xbox property because of that deal. Oh yeah, and Spyro. You're right. I always think of Crash as like the big one because Crash was like the PS1 mascot. Right? So I always go to Crash, but also Spyro. That's true.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now.
Oh man, I almost fucked that.
Penetrated. Proceed to attack the weapons plant.
Why aren't they making more games? They probably are. I would say they are. I know that Activision wasn't, but I'm sure Microsoft is looking to cash in on it. They probably have stuff in early production right now, would be my guess. So you won't hear anything about Crash for a couple years or so. I don't think there will be anything newsworthy or like ready for reveal for a while, but I would assume they're working on stuff.
You're being spiked by enemy radar.
Maybe not. I don't know about Spyro. I feel like Spyro is kind of a weird. It's a franchise in a weird spot. Like if I suddenly earned the rights to Spyro, I wouldn't exactly be racing to get out a new Spyro title right now. It wouldn't be a priority, you know? Crash, I would, because Crash had a really solid performance with its few like recent releases. I would be cashing in on Crash right now. But I don't know about Spyro. Spyro, I would wait. You know, I would want to get to it, but just it's not high on the list. Rayman. I don't know what the fuck Rayman. Someone or Ubisoft owns it now, right? I think Ubi has the rights to Rayman. Also, Faye, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. I want to say Ubi is still currently holding on to Rayman. I don't remember though. Yes, okay. I wasn't sure if maybe it had changed hands in like some weird deal that I just was forgetting about or never heard about or whatever. He's Ramon now. What did happen? Where is Rayman? I wonder, what was the last Rayman game? I'm trying to think. I wonder if maybe he's like kind of on ice for the time being due to poor sales, like low interest or whatever. I wouldn't know. I'm struggling to even think of what the most recent game was. Wasn't there one for like the Wii U? I feel like that's the last time I remember hearing about Rayman. It was like roughly the early 2010s.
Where should I attack first for maximum effect? Missile hit!
If the Ukes lose this facility,
What's that?
that much harder for them to sustain their war effort.
Those are worth some points.
Get this war over with in a hurry.
Need those S ranks.
Down! The production line's been completely demolished. Bandit shut down.
I don't know what it was called. They just keep re-releasing Legends. Glover remake? That's a good question. You know what's the funniest remake in recent years in my mind? Like I still can't believe that it got a fucking remake.
Mission complete.
Was
Well, it's over.
hold on, wait
Mission
for it.
complete.
I had it, I lost it. Chex Quest.
Nagasay.
I still can't believe they remade fucking Chex Quest.
At least we get to go home again today, right?
Isn't it free? Am I wrong about that?
Yeah,
So, cheer up a little, huh?
you too, Chopper.
Yeah, I know.
It is free. You can just go and download the remake of Chex Quest on Steam. And made it multiplayer. Still so random to me. Like of all the games to just out of the blue get a remake release that's also just like you don't even have to pay for it. Chex Quest. Serial Doom, yes. Yeah, Chex is in the serial if you're not familiar with like the original or anything. Back in the 90s they made a copycat Doom game that was based off of the Chex cereal. And they just remade it. And made it free. If they just kept the old version as well, because I would like to play that more. Where do you even obtain... I would think if anywhere for like the original, I feel like GOG would have it. Hold on. I'm on GOG. Chex Quest. I added an extra letter. I typoed it. Chex quest. Oh, fuck, what? Checks? Whoa. No, they don't have it on GOG. The GOG website kind of sucks ass. I said it. Do not search the word quest on GOG if you are below 18 years old. Because wow. Man, GOG's got the original Deus Ex for $1 right now. Just saying. I have no relation to GOG at all, but there's their promo from me because they deserve it for that. Do not search the word quest on GOG.
Pilots, check your plane and prepare for refueling.
Do not. That's what it does, this weird thing on the search page where like it tries to
500 yards to go.
pull up results as you're still typing, but when it does that,
Yards to go.
like if you keep typing while it's trying to pull up results, it's going to clear the text that you just put in
Perfect, Blaze.
and replace it with what you were still typing. So I typed like checks and then typed the rest, and the results that came up were wild. Is good and I already have it. Man, for $1 I might buy it again.
War Dog, stay at low altitude and fly towards
I always say when games are like $1, they're basically free. This isn't like girl math or anything either. Like a whole ass game for $1, they're basically just handing it to you. I've been pretty broke at certain points. Granted, not as broke as some people, but I personally have never been broke enough that I can't afford a $1 game. Knock on wood, because now that I said that out loud on a stream, it's going to happen, but I haven't been there yet, and I've been pretty broke. I lived in Florida and went to college for 2 years. I've been pretty broke. Florida is not a cheap place to live.
Target hit.
Stomach is slowly eating itself. I'm kind of hungry too.
30 seconds to rim taxi.
I had Taco Bell for breakfast. Delicious. But like the way that your body just so quickly metabolizes fast food, I'm kind of hungry. You know, my Crunchwrap and 2 Cinnabon Delights, I think they're mostly broken down at this point. I need more. I need food.
Emergency report from our ground forces in the front line. The enemy is undertaking a large-scale offensive. Attack the enemy forces with
As long as you're not in debt. True. I've been broke. I've never been like, well, that's not true. I had student debt. I was gonna say I've been broke, but I've never been like broke because of being massively in debt. But no, that's just not true. That's absolutely why I was broke. Never mind. I take it back. Took me a second to catch myself. I was like, no, I've never been that. There was a time. Years ago now, but there was a time.
This is Lieutenant Colonel Mitchell, the advisor HQ.
Where's that missile coming from?
Real time from our tracker satellite. Time your attacks
From the Rim Faxi.
when it surfaces. Think before it feels
I wish that AC6 could just be a digital purchase on Xbox as well. Because man, it would help so much with getting people who haven't played it before into it. Like, already just being an Xbox only thing is a big enough barrier. Like, exclusivity is always a pain in the ass. But adding, like, the fact that it's only a physical thing, like, you have to get a physical copy, makes it worse. I don't know how many UAVs I have to shoot. I don't remember the score for this mission. I haven't been checking the score. I've kind of just been winging it. Third run of S ranks, you kind of just remember, at least whether it's a score or a time-based mission. it's there on their servers. It is, but they can't sell it because of a licensing thing. Licensing is such a bitch.
Very impressive, Captain.
Which is, I don't understand how they were able to make it a pre-order bonus, but not sell it. Like, I just personally don't know the logistics behind that. That seems weird to me, but there has to be a reason. This mission is Demons of Rosgrease, mission 13. Oh, pfft. We needed 6,700 points. We're already over. We can end it.
All this damage from 4 planes? How is this possible?
That was a bad sweep.
Are the Oceans using some kind of flight magic? Little fancy, the enemy's abandoned the attack. Well done.
Oh no, they're still diving? Shit.
Attack, you idiots! Are you just gonna let them destroy our crops?
Never had a chance to play Infinity. I didn't either. Someday. I swear, someday they're gonna get, what's it? Like fan servers up or something for it. The laser seems super, it is ridiculously OP. That's why I've been using it for like every S rank just to get through them quickly. Ridiculously OP. Needed way more balancing. Although, like, it was a secret plane that you have to earn over multiple playthroughs and all that, but like, holy shit. There goes the big boss submarine. To the actual plane. Oh, yeah, that's probably why. It probably is plane. I forget that they had to license all the planes, and that's like the big issue with Ace Combat. It's probably why, because that shit's expensive. Go beat my first ever playthrough of Wind Waker. Wait, it's your first time playing Wind Waker? I figured you had played it before. I feel like I'm one of the only people who hasn't played Wind Waker. Buy Falcons for the rest of the squad, not happening. Kiss my ass. No.
The surprise attack on the Rimfaxi was a success, and the carrier has sunk to the bottom of the Rosgrease Straits. The threat from the Northern Sea has disappeared, and the Ocean forces are on the offensive against...
Yet after playing a few times. Yeah, you have to play at least 2 runs of the campaign, minimum. And you have to know, like, where the 5 secret targets are throughout the campaign. And once you've shot all 5 of them, then you get the plane. The plane becomes available after you've shot all 5 of them. And then it's also like 1 million fucking credits. I think it's like 800,000 or something like that.
Man, this is ridiculous.
What mission was this? Shit. Desert Arrow, I want to say? No. Desert Lightning? I think so. 24,000 points.
I can't believe they chose our next
Sounds about right to me. More expensive than all other planes added together. True.
This is Thunderhead. Captain Davenport, how many times do I have to tell you to cut the
True.
chatter? Thunderhead, this is Rosgrease 3. Roger that. What did you just say? Time for the parade. All tanks, begin your advance. Dachshund Air Force, requesting close air support on the way to our target. Let me clarify again. Our mission is to capture
Spider-Man 2 had to remove some buildings
Air Force to provide us with air support.
because you have to pay to license certain buildings now.
Attention Air
Well, I mean,
requesting close air support for our
I guess if you have like what's it?
greeting us with their own tanks.
Like something that iconic,
Close air support.
it's one of those things where it's like, well, if there's money to be made, I mean, sure. But that is kind of wild. I can definitely see that New York City would have a few buildings though that are like, yeah, if you want to use this in like media, you got to pay for it. When is gun only Ace Combat or Ace difficulty all Ace Combat playthrough?
I've lost control. I've lost control.
Um,
Man, if only this desert was a beach.
I'll get back to you on that.
Man, the Air Force rocks. I wonder if I can find
Definitely, yeah,
Rapier 6 been shot down.
yeah.
There they are. This is starting.
We're gonna have to do gun only for a couple of them. AC7, we're gonna have to do an entire gun-only playthrough. I know that one for sure. I think there's a couple others that we'll have to do gun-only. AC7's medals are wild.
Captain, did I ever tell you?
How low was that? That was almost a Chole moment again. How low was that one?
It was part of the reason why I chose this job.
Jesus, that's like the third time I've come close to crashing into the ground.
Aim your main gun. Don't fire by mistake.
I've been really edging the plane crashes today. Just, I keep teasing it. I keep making it look like we're going straight into the ground, and then I pull it back out at like the last second. That one was a little scary again.
This is Lynx 1. We're preparing to advance on a fortified enemy defense position.
Come on, there it
It'll
is.
be difficult to take this position by
Boosh, boosh,
immediate close air
boosh. Let it fire back up. Boosh, boosh. Destroy everything.
Kid, the enemy is pretty spread out. How about we split up too?
Oh my god, I never did that.
I'm gonna go out for a bit then. Chopper, splitting off.
Alright, the enemy's rolled up in that anti-tank bunker.
I can't believe I never did that.
Stop them at our defense perimeter and force them back.
Man, this is an elaborate defensive line. These guys must have had a lot of time on their hands.
We're gonna go upside down. I know it's impractical, but it's cool.
Captain, the enemy's launched a major attack. They've even got anti-tank trenches. Guess they're ready for anything. This is Bullseye. We can't hold this area with our current force alone.
We'll attack the enemy ground force and support our forces' advance.
Oops.
HQ, it's getting impossible to hold the tanks won't be enough here.
I love this laser so much. It's so dumb.
Still not letting up their attack. There's a fierce firefight going on in front of the enemy's position. Smash that damn machine gun outpost! I guess the miracle over Rosgreave Straits was no fluke.
Hearing you say edge,
Is it Sand Island or above us?
I don't know what you mean. What's wrong with that word? What's wrong with edging? I don't see anything wrong.
Concentrate your attacks on the area bombed by the Air Force.
I was gonna continue that bit. I think it's best if I don't.
We supposed to break through that? Their defenses are rock solid. We'll never be able to break them. Don't stop.
I'm telling you, Kid could single-handedly turn the tide of this war. It's almost scary.
Yeah,
Enemy tanks
you know me.
destroyed. We've broken
Just
through their
turning the tide of the war
pilots. That was perfect. Thanks for
single-handedly.
your help. Watch out. Enemy fire. We'll be all right. We got the Sand Island Squadron above us.
Hello? The fuck?
Sand Island Squadron?
There we go.
The heroes of the Rosgreave Straits? The Sand Island Squadron is here. This operation is going to succeed.
Oh, come on.
I don't care where they land. Just drop all your bombs right here. Didn't you hear me? Just drop them all. Ugh, you're useless.
I can't believe this.
We have a sit rep from advancing Allied forces. Listen up, Ward.
Never in my life have I struggled so much.
Everything going according to
That's
plan.
not true.
This is Lynx 1. We're advancing smoothly. You got that? Continue support.
Yeah, those are small-ass hitboxes.
Black Knight. Multiple
Definitely.
enemy tanks ahead. Requesting immediate close air support. Repeat.
Better take a vacation for the next 10 or so missions just so we can make sure you survive. Yeah, Chopper, you might want to...
This is Black Knight.
you know, we don't really need all this firepower out here. I've got a laser beam.
Receiving direct fire from enemy tanks.
Does plenty.
Our only tank destroyer's been knocked out.
This is Lynx
Just don't even worry about it. No need to go out on flights for a bit,
Enemy
I think.
position captured. Gather up the POWs. Bad news. Apparently we have the Rosgreaves flying above us.
No.
Hey kid, you think we're really gonna make it at this base? You're right.
More planes.
Guard down yet.
Enemy transport planes are dropping something. You think they're dropping us
Are these
some
the
beer as a
transports?
welcoming gift? Yeah, I wish. Those are airborne tanks.
Where?
Look, tanks are coming out of that transport.
Drop complete. All aircraft
Oh, these are not the...
climb and depart.
Yeah, those aren't transports.
Hurry up and land. We're totally defenseless here.
I shouldn't have used this so early.
This
Come on. Okay, at least one. I was gonna say. This mission really drains your ammo. Yeah, it's long. And reminder, we need 24K for the S rank.
The Allied forces are struggling.
It's a long one.
For us. This is Thunderhead. Operation proceeding smoothly.
But there's a submarine at the end, right?
Sweeping up the remaining enemy.
I think that's where a ton of the points come from. And there's maybe an ace? Not sure on that one. Maybe. If there is, that'll be worth 1,000 or 2,000. Shit. Battleship. Battleship. What the fuck? Falcon witchcraft.
Enemy tank confirmed destroyed.
This is Dodson. Airborne tank force destroyed. Some welcome get that was.
Hey, you think the guys down below are looking up at me?
Battleship. How many S ranks?
I feel like I'm watching a war game.
Less than 10 at this point, I think.
Captain,
I'll count them out after this one. I haven't been keeping track, to be honest. Less than 10, I think.
Grim, the captain seems to be busy. It looks like things are fine the way they are now, though.
Hold on, I want to see what that was. The message that got blocked. It's probably just a letter,
Waiting for our support.
as usual.
Eagle 5, fall back 200 yards. Where's our air support?
You think you can make it to 0? It'll be really close. If I can make it to 0 today, I don't know if we'll actually get to like do much of anything.
Attack any anti-air.
Like I think I'll barely make it if we finish up the last medal on 5 here today.
It's like an ocean of sand. Reminds me of that
I'm trying. I've been flying through them as fast as I can. But you know, it's AC5, so you get to a lot of these spots where like the map is clear of targets. You just legit have to wait if you're going super fast.
I'm real proud of them. Take care of yourself, Hans.
There's only so much I can do to try to speedrun it.
enemy transmission. What are the demons of Rosgreave?
Oh, fuck off. Only one of those hit.
Fire! Under attack from enemy aircraft. Engaging in anti-air combat.
Come on.
This place is an easy target. Retreat and move to a different location.
Blaze shot down an enemy.
You know it.
Expecting fierce resistance from the enemy. Take
What a
extra
pull.
caution. We'll be arriving at the oil facility soon. The enemy
Oh,
is
here we go. Those are some targets.
brace yourselves. I'll hit the main
Those are
force
some
at the same
targets.
time.
It's gonna happen a lot with the Falcon. It does happen a lot with the Falcon. You just clear everything so fast
Special weapons reserves.
that you run out of things to do for a little bit. You just have to wait.
In this heat. We have a sit rep from advancing
It's probably not worth using the laser here.
This is Dodson 1.
This is a missile and machine gun kind of job.
This is Lynx 1. Enemy resistance is fierce,
Oops.
but we're still managing to move forward.
Let's not push it.
Continue support. Over. Damn it! We just lost another vehicle to those guys.
There are some massive gas explosions going on down there. Ground forces have begun to penetrate the facility. Standing by in the air.
This is Dalmatian, advancing towards enemy right flank.
We do have plenty of missiles.
Has been shot. Where are they? Where'd the shot come from?
Dalmatian. Dalmatian, respond. Dalmatian.
If you're looking for the armored vehicle unit, they were hit by artillery from the enemy pillbox.
Thunderhead, this
I'm
is St.
close.
Bernard. Take care of that threat on the right flank for us. That's the doorway to the enemy's rear. Roger. Wardog, do you have visual on that enemy position? The pillbox on the enemy's right flank. We received a request from the ground force. I'll leave the decision to you. For Rosgreave?
I got it.
Planes I see up there now?
I got it.
You idiot! What good is talking about that gonna do? Open fire before they do!
Say, kid, do you recognize those voices from below?
No.
Really?
Definitely not. No.
Hearing these familiar
Holy
voices.
shit.
This is Lynx 1.
0 is winning the bracket.
Captured.
with 87% of the vote today.
Stockpiled there.
Jesus
Your
Christ.
salary. We're boxed in. It's all over.
You guys, give 3D a chance.
Do not fail.
Just give him a chance.
Capture is complete. The enemy soldiers we captured all kept talking.
You know, it's a real solid entry.
Apparently that Rosgreaves refers to the four wings of Sand Island.
Oh, someone else got that. Sweet.
The enemy is trying to invade from the right flank again. That's an enormous.
It's okay. It's double elimination at least.
Supposed to destroy them? It's getting harder to
So,
tell them apart.
it's not like 3D just gets completely taken out here, right? Just goes on to the loser's bracket is all.
Captain, requesting target.
Jesus, this laser.
Whose tank is that? He got hit and burst into flames.
These bunkers are solid. My shots are barely making a scratch.
That's made out of 6 feet thick concrete. Won't breach easily.
All right. There's my 24K. We'll chill out. We'll wait. I can wait out the 2-minute timer until mission update.
Obstacles in your path.
Save the ammo. I'm a simp for the 3DS. Why?
Where the demon's gonna hit next?
Don't simp for Nintendo.
Finally gave us some workers.
I'm kind of joking, but also, fuck Nintendo.
Damn it. Time to bail out. Enemy resistance thinning out.
The ground units, both enemy and friendly in this mission, are named after dog breeds.
Vehicle in our battalion.
I'm trying to remember.
Well,
What are they called?
them up a little?
Talk about Nintendo. I don't have much love for Nintendo. Mario RPG Remaster was a Squaresoft title? It was? Wait, Squaresoft did that? Really? Or do you mean the original was... Was the original? I don't actually know. I never played Super Mario RPG. Oh yeah, Square did work on the original.
Our squads are in total disarray. We're gonna get picked off one by one.
Simping for Nintendo is actually better than simping for most of the... I disagree so heavily.
We'll count on our air support.
I genuinely believe Nintendo is one of the worst in the industry currently in terms of treating their user base well.
This is Thunderhead. Enemy reinforcements have been spotted upstream of the river. There's a surface-to-surface missile platoon and... You gotta be
Oh, God.
kidding me.
There we
They've got
go.
a battleship. Wipe them all out and stop their fire to our ground forces.
So damn good. I've never played the actual Mario. I played one of the Mario and Luigi games
Monsters like this.
back on...
Hey, kid, you mind if I
Oh,
come up
fuck.
already?
Game Boy? Right?
Damn! Incoming artillery!
I want to say Game Boy?
I'm going in.
Boosh, boosh.
Rosgreaves approach. Swat them down. I feel bad for you guys, really. The way the kid's playing now, you don't stand a chance against him.
All right!
That's very true.
Enemy battleship
I really only needed the one laser.
Damn it! The Rosgreaves are rolling in on our
Their games are so good. That's the thing.
vehicle spotted on
I hate that their games are still so good. Like, I hate whenever I get to one of those moments where I'm like, man, do I have to give them money?
mission complete.
Because I really, like, oh. I'm such a speak with my wallet kind of person. But, like, man. They do treat their employees better, but that's just kind of a Japan thing. It's not really necessarily a Nintendo thing.
Blaze, begin
Japan is just kind of like that.
to land.
Superstar Saga? That sounds right. Yeah.
3 miles
Hold
to
on,
touchdown.
I'll check it. I'll see if that
2
was the one.
miles to touchdown.
That sounds right. I don't remember it too well, is the thing. It's not one of those games that stuck with me. I remember liking it, but I don't like distinctly remember it.
Perfect, Blaze. Stand by and
You said
prepare for your next sortie.
Superstar Saga? Yeah, this one. This is the one. Yeah, 100% this is the one. I'm looking at like gameplay images. That was it. I liked it.
Operation Desert Blitz was a success. Yuktobania's airfield and oil facilities
Physical
were completely
disc
destroyed,
versus,
thanks
or
to the
sorry,
teamwork
physical
between
disc
air
slash
and ground
cartridge versus
The Ocean
digital.
Army
Which
is
do you
advancing
prefer?
quickly on all fronts, and enemy forces in the
Look,
southern
part of
the
this,
Jalapzi Desert are on the
part of
verge
this
being
is
annihilated.
what's it called?
Ground forces, fresh off
Being on
securing the
PC
Jalapzi area of operation,
primarily,
have
but
set
like
off for cruise.
I've gone the way of the digital. Although I really like buying games on GOG when I can nowadays, because GOG is like one of the digital vendors that actually like you own the game. There's no DRM or anything required to play it after you buy it. Love GOG for that. Especially like with those new RE remasters or remasters. Fuck, even I'm doing it now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Six remaining S ranks. But like with those RE ports that they're doing for PC right now, that I bought a little bit ago, I actually own them. Like there's no DRM requirement. GOG, if you don't know the way that they do it, they have a launcher that you can use. I do have the launcher for convenience, but legitimately, if you buy something on the GOG website, you can download the files directly from the website to your system. And because there's no DRM requirement, once you have the game on your system, like it's just there. You own it. If GOG completely blacked out, went defunct 2 minutes from now, everything that I own on GOG, I would still have. Everything that I bought through them, I actually still keep, which is so nice. They're like the only digital vendor that actually does that. I can't think of another, at least. Does anyone know of another vendor that does it that way?
Read me. You guys should have sight of the castle by now. Sea goblins gonna descend for an insertion. So can you take out the air defense?
Easily gonna get to 0 today? Yeah, I don't know if we'll have much time to do anything, but I think we will finish it up today. We've got an hour to do 6 more. I need more sound redeems. You're not even reacting to Uwu anymore. Look. Give it time. Give it time. They'll send all keys out to everyone who bought anything and it's theirs. Yeah, and generally what I've said before with like DRM and stuff is typically when storefronts do go down, because we've seen it happen a couple times in recent years where storefronts have gone out of business entirely, on PC at least. On console, it's a completely different story with digital stuff. Everything on console is DRM'd, but on PC at least, whenever we have seen vendors go defunct, they always get picked up by someone else. Most commonly, GOG actually will pick them up and say like, hey, anyone who owned these games through this vendor, you have like a week where you can fill out this thing and verify that you bought it through them, and we will give this to you for free on GOG, just because we've cut this deal with them. Like, you just have to do this thing where you link it, fill it out, and then everything you owned on there, you'll own through our server now. Nothing will change, no costs. That's typically what does happen. But assuming there is some situation where it just completely goes defunct and no one picks up like the slack with it, GOG's already like, yeah, you just fuck it. Here you go. No DRM at all.
Pretty strong. Don't let our rotors hit the castle. All right, guys, move out. Hey, we got a line back here.
But yeah, Steam, I think, has it like in their, I want to say it's one of their agreements, like terms of service, whatever. They have it written that if they do go defunct, then all keys will be given out and DRM will be removed. They have that somewhere. I couldn't tell you exactly where, but I've heard this before.
Intercept the reinforcements and keep them from getting to the fight. I'm counting on you.
And I've also said before, the likelihood of Steam going defunct is so insanely low. Like, I can't even possibly imagine a timeline with no Steam as a PC user. Because even before I fully moved over to PC, I had like my shitty ass laptop and I had a Steam account. I played CSGO through Steam. You know I did. Like, it's Steam. If you ever do any PC gaming at all, man, you're gonna have Steam. On the 4 answer of Armored Core 6 this year, I'm not expecting it at all, no. I have a kind of spicy stance on this one right now. Because currently, aside from like tradition, I have no reason to think that FromSoft is working on an AC6 DLC. So I just don't even want to like get my hopes up, and especially doing like the YouTube thing, right? I don't want to get other people's hopes up when there's literally like no basis to go off of with that. So currently, I'm kind of just sitting here and saying like, until I have a reason to think there's a DLC, I don't think there's a DLC. Part of that is me somewhat lying to myself because like the tradition is so strong with Armored Core, but like, it's possible. It's entirely possible that higher ups at FromSoft, even now that they're separated from Namco and everything, just say, yeah, Armored Core 6 sold well. 3 million copies is good. But this sold 3 million copies in like about a year, like what, 10 or 11 months, I think. I think 11 months is right. It sold 3 million in 11 months. Elden Ring's DLC sold 5 million in 2 days. So maybe like, these don't sell poorly, but maybe we just put the resources towards more Souls stuff. Maybe it's just more worthwhile. So at this point, I'm just sitting here and saying, we'll see.
Are you sure they're all right?
Maybe. I don't know.
Trust them and wait. That's part of the job. By the way, our helicopter's okay, right? Whoa, hey, are you serious? How are we supposed to bring it back?
Dead serious. Your helicopter's fucked. You're going down.
You just walk back. Sounds like you've got the energy for it.
Oh, man.
Damn it. This is it. Fighter on our
Didn't have half the marketing budget. That's true.
Calm down, man.
I don't think it would have brought it up too much more. Because, like, as much as AC6 sold really well off of just FromSoft being FromSoft and all that, like, it's a mecha property. It's inherently niche, right? Like, even, it becomes a little less niche as time goes on. I feel like mecha is something that is definitely growing in the West more and more, but it's a very slow growth. For sure. Like, it's not like it's any sort of rapid expansion or anything. Like, even, dude, some of my friends who are big fucking nerds and who love the Souls games, like, to death, I have not managed to convince them at all on Armored Core because they're like, I don't know, man. Like, it's mech stuff. I'm not a mech guy. And I'm like, I wasn't until I played Armored Core. You will become a mech guy, I'm telling you, and they won't bite. They don't want anything to do with it. I try so hard. I can't get any of them in on it. Got any jars of honey? I do have a jar of raw something honey. It's called something. I don't remember, but I have one. I'm also still trying to get through the honey sticks. I've mostly been downing the raw honey at this point, but I had a honey stick this morning.
If we don't defeat
The honey sticks are weird, man. I mentioned that they were flavored, and some of them, I don't know. Like the cinnamon honey, it's kind of nice. The root beer honey, I don't know who thought of that one. I don't know who thought that root beer honey was a good idea.
Watch your surroundings.
I'm not with it, personally.
Captain Snow, requesting support.
Roger. I'm on it.
The flavored honey sticks are very hit or miss.
We've broken into the command post. This is the enemy's nerve center. Whatever you do, don't shoot the president by accident. We can't
So it's just like, it's not bad. It's just kind of weird. Like it's
adventure soon.
it's not like I dislike it or anything. It's just a little odd. I'm also just one of like the least picky eaters though. I will eat almost anything. Beekeeping stream when? Maybe. We had it on yogurt? No. I just down it on its own. It's for my voice.
He's right here beside me.
My voice gets really rough. I had a vocal hemorrhage a couple years back.
The infiltration team out of there.
And so doing this YouTube thing where like I stream a few hours a day and I do a little bit of voice work for videos like almost every day. Like I use my voice a ton and it gets really rough. Like scratchy. So I have it for my voice.
For our own execution. Hey, did you
It would probably, I do. I have yogurt with my breakfast fairly often. I'm a bit of a yogurt guy. So that might not be the worst idea. Ginger tea. I don't like tea. That's one of my few things. I'm not a tea guy. Although it is something, well, if it's sweetened tea, I can drink it. Unsweetened tea, I can't do.
Even if they take you down, keep pulling that trigger. Destroy that wall for us. Hurry.
Well, like, even when I'm not super big on stuff, like taste-wise, I mean, on stream all the time, I'm always just trying random energy drinks and flavors and all that. And it happens pretty frequently on stream. Like, if you're around enough, I'll try a flavor of energy drink and just kind of be like, no, this shit tastes like ass. But then I'll still sit here and drink it the whole stream. Because, like, I bought it. What am I going to do? I don't like it, but, like, it's got the caffeine. I'm not drinking it for taste anyway.
Surround the president. Run. Run.
The peach one? Yeah, the peach Zoa was weird.
Out of here in one piece.
Zoa's peach flavor, not my thing. Oh my god, no, the energy drink that was so bad was when I got that kind that it was like marketed as an energy drink and it said it had like green tea caffeine and all that. And I was curious. I was like, this branding is so weird, I have to try it. And then when I cracked the first one open on stream and tried it, I realized that it was just tea. It was sparkling, like artificially flavored tea. And that shit was awful. Like I sat here and made faces at it while I drank it on stream. Because it was bad. That stuff sucked ass. I wish I could remember what the brand was called to warn people, because holy shit, that was bad.
Is that you? A lady with a pretty voice. Are you there too?
I can't remember the name of it.
What the? The sky's swarming with enemy planes. Leave the bandits to our fighters. Just
I've not tried yerba mate, actually.
So Anderson's realized.
Look, with tea, normally stuff like that's like super sweetened and processed and like in the can. Like, dude, Arizona tea is good. I like Arizona tea.
That wounded soldier.
That's fine. I can drink that.
First,
Do you mean itchy, scratchy? Yes. Less itchy, more just scratchy.
come on, get there.
I can tell you that Panko is a tea connoisseur.
We managed to make it out of there. Mission accomplished.
That's our yogurt. Get your own.
appreciate your efforts. By the way, your voice voice sounds familiar.
Greek yogurt and honey, you say? The most common are kind of bad.
All right. We can talk.
Yeah, I don't know. I've tried a bunch of different kinds of tea. One of my exes was super big into tea, and would always have me try hers, and I was never very big on it. A couple of them were like, yeah, that's fine. I don't really want to drink like a
Mission
whole
accomplished. President Carling
cup
was
of it
safely
though,
retrieved.
sort of thing.
The president is showing
some of them were
signs
fine.
fatigue, but in general his condition is good.
Mucho mango. Yeah, that shit, it's so sweet. Like stuff like that where it's yeah, it's tea. It's not maybe the most pure tea out there, but like there's some tea in this. That big ass can is only $1. That's the thing with Arizona. How is it still so cheap?
Blaze, you are cleared for takeoff.
That's the thing I don't understand, man. Is the bitterness the problem? Kind of. I don't like coffee either. I think it is. I think a lot of it is the bitterness. Into alignment chart territory. Trying to think. Yeah, it probably is the bitterness. I'm not super picky. I have a few things that I'm like, no, not that. Coffee, especially. Coffee is just a no.
Blaze, altitude
Even like
restrictions
Starbucks
canceled.
coffee
Return
is
to
a
your
no
mission. Good
for
luck.
me. And that shit is just straight sugar. It's like a milkshake more than anything. That's still a no.
Today will be
The
easy
tea
since we don't have to worry about any radar.
educases, right?
Captain?
Blaze, Archer, don't
So
get too
road
cocky.
drain water is tea. What was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, coffee
This place all by himself.
slash tea. I don't hate tea. I just kind of avoid it because most of the time I don't like it. What are the other like flat out no's? I can't. Olives, fuck them. Disgusting. I hate them so much. That is my number. I hate olives more than any other food or drink. Any other flavor. There's no flavor that I hate so much as an olive.
Sick of seeing all this hatred everywhere we go.
I didn't even get an alarm.
Let's reach the battlefield and fuel more hate.
I didn't even get an alarm.
Today will be easy since we don't have to worry about any radar.
I'm really
Right,
not
Captain?
that picky. He hates olives on pizza. Dude,
Well, I mean,
if
not that I'll be slowing
olives
down
on
for
pizza are really brutal, especially because
I can't believe the
if you cook the pizza with olives on there,
Just thinking about those nukes that are buried up ahead gives me
the flavor is just gonna be there. Like you can take the olive off, it's still gonna taste like olives. Like they've cooked into the pizza at that point. You've destroyed this pizza. You've made it inedible. You made this into a nasty fucking pizza. And I am totally fine with what's it? Pineapple on pizza? I don't love it, but it's tasty. I like it enough. I'll have it once in a while.
We can't let those nukes reach the
But no, if you cook a pizza with olives on it, you've ruined it.
How you doing,
You've
Blaze?
ruined the pizza.
I tell you, nothing beats flying in
Put
parade formation with
banana.
comrades. In the past, I flew alone to do battle against my own country.
Banana on pizza?
You've got all your friends here.
I could kind, you know, it sounds weird to me, but that's got to be like the same thing as pineapple. I would probably like it.
They're carrying an emblem I've never seen before.
I would probably like again. I probably wouldn't eat it all the time, but I could get behind it. At first, that sounded really, really bad to me, but then I thought about it, and it really would just be like the pineapple on pizza thing, right?
I see them over here too.
Just something sweet on there.
Send out a warning.
Yeah, that would be fine. I could get behind that.
Drop the moorings or they'll all be sunk together.
We need to experiment with more. Dude, you know what I found out like a month ago?
To tell you the truth,
You know how everyone is always like, the country that knows pizza better than anyone else is Italy, obviously, right? Pizza's kind of their thing. You know what I learned like a month ago? Apparently like the third most popular kind of pizza in Italy is pizza with French fries on it. It's the third most popular in the country. In Italy. And to me, that sounds fucking strange. French fries, like we don't have that here. But the other part of me is like, if it's pizza and Italy approves of it, it's probably pretty good. I don't know. Want more carbs with your carbs? I mean, that's just Italian food, right? Carbs on carbs. There's a reason that everyone loves Italian food. How many people do you know that don't like Italian food? Truly.
Probably won't be able to bring it down in one shot. Keep on attacking until it crumbles. Understand?
How many people do you know that don't like Italian food?
Good. I'm counting on you.
Can't be many. I would be surprised if you even knew someone who's like, no, I hate Italian food. I definitely don't.
Planes have black bodies, origin unknown. These guys managed to shake off the Gremlin planes.
I don't know a single person who would turn down some pizza, some pasta,
Aiming at the bedrock. Are they trying to make it collapse?
other Italian foods
Grab our plan is already airlifted to the cargo.
that I definitely know, and I don't just generalize their cuisine to pizza and pasta. Absolutely not. I would never. I'm better than that. Oh shit, what's the score on this mission? I should have checked.
Did the Gremlin guys manage to leave the area?
Italian, Chinese, barbecue, or soul food, pick one. For me, Chinese food. Italian food second, then barbecue, then soul. All are great, but if I had to pick, yeah, that would be it. I really fuck with Chinese food heavily. Even like the stuff that's less common over here. Like if I find a good hole in the wall Chinese place that does like really, I see, my brain wants to say weird. I feel like that's insensitive. But food that to Americans is like, oh, that's some real obscure, weird Chinese food. I fuck with it.
Amazing as always, Captain.
I like good traditional Chinese. Fuck. Okay.
If we destroy this mine,
A little scary.
smuggling out any more nukes.
American Chinese or actual Chinese? Both. Both are very good. I love both. Oh, fuck. Like chicken legs and stuff? Yeah.
Even I remember the horror.
Oh, we don't have that. At least I have not found a place here that does dog.
Can't imagine why the Belkans are protecting this place.
I doubt you'd be able to get away with it for very long in the US. People would lose their minds.
No time to be brooding over that right now. They've got a
I mean, I would lose my mind. Even. It's not just like, oh, fucking Americans. Like, no, I would lose my shit.
I was sure I was gonna get skewered by that missile. Good kill. Nice kill.
But no, even like Panda Express, like the most American Chinese food, that shit's delicious. Dude, their honey walnut shrimp is so good. Chinese duck, yeah. Looked like sweet soft biscuits, but actually tasted like wood, rubber, and spoiled chilies. Ugh. Beijing beef, orange chicken, and honey walnut shrimp. Mm-hmm. That's that good Panda Express right there.
That was a direct hit.
The Holy Trinity.
Rock bed destroyed. That cave will never be opened again.
Something like out of a frog pond. I had a good amount of traditional Chinese food when I was in Orlando. Man, Orlando just has so much immigration from all over the place and so many restaurants. I remember when I lived in Orlando, when I would go to order on like DoorDash on occasion, it would be like 2,000 restaurants that were close enough to me to order from. Just so many options. There were so many like hole in the wall, like awesome traditional food places from all over there. Yeah, Orlando, Florida. Good fucking food there, man. That's like the one thing I miss about living in Orlando, Florida is the food. It's like the only thing I miss about living in Orlando is the food. Because man, the food there was really good. We got Panda and like 3 or so Chinese buffets, and that's it. That's pretty much how it is up here. Actually, there's one. There's one place up here that's very traditional, and it doesn't do very well. It's like, it's pretty run down. It's in a bad location. I've never seen other people in there. It's one of those spots where you can only get takeout too. Like there's no sit down in it. You like walk up and there's a counter. And then they take your order at the counter, whip it up really quick. You come back in like 5 or 10 minutes and just you get the bag to take with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there someone else in
I've never seen another person there ever. But they got some good fucking Chinese food.
Swordsman engaging.
Edge engaging.
Found drinking honey straight out of a beehive with a Swedish man. No, I lived in Florida for 2 years. I don't know if that's enough to be Florida man. Florida man eats pineapple on pizza. It's fine. Pineapple on pizza is not that bad. I'll die on this hill. Like I don't love it. I never order it. But it's one of those things where like if you're getting pizza with a group and someone in the group is like, I want a Hawaiian. I'm down for a slice of their Hawaiian, you know, I'll trade them real quick. Trade them a slice.
He told me all about you guys.
If I'm ever like going to an event that like has pizza there, like they're giving out pizza and there's a Hawaiian pizza, I'll take a slice. I'll never order a Hawaiian pizza. But if it's there as an option, I'll take a piece because it's good. It's like a treat. I don't want to down a whole Hawaiian pizza. I just want like a little bit. Crocodiles. I've had gator, but I've not had crocodile. I've talked about having gator before because we have it here at the Minnesota State Fair has an alligator spot that's like one of the mainstays. Like they're there every year and it's always one of the most popular because everyone wants to try it once, right? Everyone wants to try alligator once. It's not something that is like super popular because it's so delicious. It's such a novelty thing, right? Like, yeah, you want to try it. It's fine. I don't. You're just not curious enough. I think you need to expand your horizons a little, Jess. It's fine. It really, like, unironically, it tastes a lot like chicken. Like a lot. Very, very similar. But the texture's kind of whack. It's very, like, rubbery. That's kind of the best way I could put it. It's a texture thing. I've only had it the one time.
It's almost dawn, but those guys are keeping the sky dark.
Chewy, yeah.
Mr. B, please, wait.
There's current hyperfixation along with crocodiles.
I'll shoot him. Take the wheel.
Okay.
It's like a combo of squid rings and chicken, kinda.
This road has a lot of
It's that kind of texture. Like that just weird kind of rubbery texture. That also, like, I've had squid before and it's put me off there. Oh, octopus. It's very similar texture to octopus, which I've also had once in my life. Just because whenever I find a place that has shit like this, I'm always like, okay, I can't just skip the opportunity to say that I've eaten octopus, which here in the US at least is not common.
I'll try. These guys are incredible.
Like lobster?
Ospreys are flying up there.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I haven't had lobster enough. I don't think of it as being that chewy. Is it that chewy? Good thing laser doesn't kill friendlies. Yeah, it's programmed not to, of course.
Okay, I'll bust through the shortcut.
Like 15 years. Yeah, I haven't had it in a long ass time, so honestly, I don't know. Felt and tasted like rubber. Lobster's good. Lobster's also like a texture thing for me though, where I'm not super big on it because of the texture.
I'll go in first. You guys follow me.
Stuffed with your mouth with tentacles. What are you trying to pull here?
I assume you fly your plane the same way you drive, but no loop-the-loops, please.
Red Lobster. I have had Red Lobster, and I honestly didn't really like it from Red Lobster. That was like the first place I ever tried it, and I thought I just didn't like lobster for a long time. Rip Legacy. Hey, losers bracket, always a chance. It lives on for now.
You bring along these great adversaries.
Stop that. You're making everyone jealous.
Octopus is in the same like category as alligator for me, where it's like it tasted fine. It's just that it was so like squishy and chewy, and yeah. What if lobster and French fries on pizza? It could work. Because I would say the best form I've ever eaten lobster in was lobster mac and cheese.
Is Bardoff behind us? I hope he doesn't make a mistake like last month.
I heard that. I'll be alright.
Get an error before the install window even opens. Yeah, that's never a good sign.
Busting right through the middle. That's Bartlett for you.
Just get Linux. No, not the Linux users have arrived. Scatter. Run away.
Hurry up, we're falling behind.
Not the Linux users, please.
We have to keep the resistance safe.
I need like a Giga Chad meme of me and my Windows 10 on the PC that I built less than a year ago and got Windows 10 on instead of Windows 11 because I'm based like that. And like every month or so, when I boot up my computer, it's like, do you want to upgrade to Windows 11 for free? And I tell them, hell no. Keep that shit away from me. I want my Windows 10.
There are planes with jet black coloring flying up there.
I like my Windows 10, damn it.
Watch out for small arms attacks. Portable missiles too. Raise your altitude.
Hello?
We still have enough time. Let's take the long way to be safe. That car's like a fighter jet blowing down the road.
You'll have to update sooner or later when they drop support. No, I'm sticking with it. As long as I can.
We either take our chances with the shortcut or take the long
I've been a Windows 10 user for so long, man.
Will we be okay with the shortcut?
Especially for emulation. Really? For emulation?
Bust through the shortcut. Okay, it's time. Begin operation. Seize the hangar.
Hurry! Get to the hangar while they're still holding up.
I wouldn't imagine that Linux would run much better on emulation. I can kind of see it. Maybe.
They're coming this way again.
It'll be like running XP right now.
Really it?
It'll be instantly infected the moment you connect to the internet. Oh, that's true. The security problems, man.
I'm sick of all this driving. Get me up in the air already. This sure is an exciting ride. Reminds me of our good old days.
I can't remember who I heard it from, But I once heard someone say that Linux users are like the vegans of the PC, or sorry, the PC community. We'll just go with that.
It's gonna get bumpy. Ladies and gentlemen,
And I don't know if I think that's like the most true statement that I've heard since like car guys are just the male equivalent of horse girls. I don't think I've heard a more true statement since I first heard that one.
okay, full throttle. We're breaking through at top speed. The Prime Minister's life will be in danger if this keeps up.
Do you have the tunnel mission S ranked? I don't think so. Also free from junk like Microsoft Recall. The cost isn't even that bad.
Hey, I'll take any
Like, sure, I get it. Like,
better than a car.
when I'm building a PC and I need to pay like 20 bucks for my Windows key, I'm fine with that.
Turn their fire. Thanks for the
Like, once I've built the PC, the 20 bucks for the OS is just like, all right, here, whatever. You can have it.
What is this?
Especially for the convenience.
This in ages.
Like, I get the customizability with Linux and everything, but man,
Safety belt tight on the Prime Minister.
I don't need that. Then they sell my info. Everyone's selling your info. That's one of the saddest things about technology use at this point is no matter how hard you try, you just can't avoid your info getting spread like that. That's kind of the dystopian part of using, like, I mean, legitimately anything at this point.
I'm coming home.
Edge to Heartbreak 1. We'll fly past our allies' front line and head for the ocean. The Kestrel will meet us on the way.
Roger that. Just hope we don't run into
Depends on the
any
type of car guy. I guess it does depend on the type of car guy.
incoming aircraft. Looks like bad guys to me. The 8492nd. Ah, the long lost
It's gonna cut close. I don't know if we're gonna make it. I might have like a mission left for the medal next stream. Like, we might have to do the soul at the very start and then we'll be done. It seems that way. Oh yeah, the official key prices? No, hell no. Hell no. You go to a key reseller for Windows.
Kid, get the grab arc.
You go anywhere else than the official Windows keys. Absolutely not.
This will be the final showdown.
Yeah, I forgot to mention 20 bucks because you don't actually buy it from Microsoft.
Look at the way the captain moves. So that's how an ace pilot flies. Please just keep surprising me. He's getting better every second. Come on. Impressive. These fighters are definitely the Rosgrees.
Laser beam, don't fail me now.
Don't worry.
Stalling like a dumbass. There we go.
Concentrate on dealing with the grab arc.
Windows can have Linux built into it.
It's all bailed
Yeah, I've seen people do that. I don't know why you would do that, but you can do it. Hold on.
We'll be back. You can count on it.
I fucking hate G2A. Anytime I open this, man. Yeah, right now, if you want to go on like G2A and buy a key, right? It's like $14 for a Windows 10 key. What about Windows 11? How much is 11 on here now? Yeah, $22, $23. I would just go with 10. Windows 10, I mean. Especially because it's cheaper.
82nd Squadron, or the Belkin Grabok Squadron to be more exact, has been annihilated.
Literally come over there with a pizza full of banana and a Linux machine and show you. I don't need the customization. I don't need it. We'll see you around, Jess. Zurz. Z. I almost said Zol. I thought there was an L on there. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Pretending to know what y'all are talking about, even though I'm forced to use a phone because monetary restrictions. Hey, the phone, it gets the job done. You know, you can emulate on a phone. Even an iPhone now. Even an iPhone.
Captain,
It's still, I'm still so shocked by how much iPhone getting emulators has destroyed like the piracy emulation scene. And obviously it's gonna recover in no time. But like, never have I been as glad as I am right now to be someone who just sources copies anyway. Like, will order physical copies over downloading off of a site. I feel like if I say a site name there, I'm liable to something. Nintendo will be on my... Oh, I thought I could get under it. I was trying to be cheeky. Yeah, never have I been so glad as like the last few weeks. Just hearing about how gutted all of like the emulation piracy sites have been. What is a VIMS? Never heard of it. What is a VIMS? Then again, I'm pretty sure that the reason that my AC5 copy doesn't work well on modern branches of PCSX2 is something to do with the revision that I have on the disc. I'm pretty sure it's just like my disc, for some reason, the way that it's dumping is making it work a little weird on like the new PCSX2. So we've got this old one. I mean, it works. It's worked this long, but I do wish that I had the new branch available to just boot it like every other game dump of mine. But oh well. I actually recently ordered. It's not here yet. But because of shipping and everything, I wanted to get ahead of it. I just recently ordered the first game that I'm like importing from Japan for review series and stream stuff. And I should have been more careful. That was on me. Holy shit, the shipping costs from Japan. Like, fuck me sideways, dude. What? All I'm saying is it's good we have a Patreon for this shit. Because, wow. You know, I thought my, like, $5 eBay shipping costs were bad. Oh. Are they worse in the US than they are in Europe? I think it was like 40 bucks on shipping. I wish I was joking. But genuinely, just like, God. The game was not. The game cost like $8. The shipping was like 40 some. Just Jesus Christ, dude. The shipping alone is gonna make importing games brutal. Should be worth it though. Got lucky with free shipping, you bastard. Where's my free shipping? I just want to be a real gamer. 50 euro. Oh, 25% tax, 10% import. Oh, Jesus. Thankfully, customs is pretty chill with stuff from Japan. Like, there's no crazy, like, customs fees or anything on top of it. At least here. Or maybe just not for what I got. I'm sure if you get, like, a large package, I don't know what you'd be getting that would be, like, big enough for customs to go, hey, what the fuck is this? But for something like what I'm getting, where it's just a tiny little game case, they're chill with it. Customs here, but fuck you. Yeah, here customs is pretty chill. It's just the shipping costs. Like, paying $40 in shipping on like a $10 game hurts a little bit. Any hint? No. Oh yeah, okay, I do have a hint. Never mind. It was only ever released in Japan. I'm sorry, I probably got someone's hopes up. They're like, ooh, hint, hint. No. The most nothing burger of a hint ever. It's gonna be fun. Me and my N5 Japanese playing games. But you know, we'll work our way up eventually. Like by next year, it should be a smoother experience. Probably. Don't quote me on that. Should be. Should is the key word. I didn't say will, I said should.
Damn it. Those planes flying above us, aren't they the Rosgrees?
Yeah, I looked into like, you know, if I'm trying to play games fully in Japanese for like immersion studies was kind of the angle I was going for, because a lot of people do that. I was like, what level of Japanese should I be at to start doing that? And everyone was kind of like, I mean, you can start doing it with literally no Japanese experience and try to just learn that way, but it's going to be awful. You're not going to have fun. Most people were recommending that you get to like N3.
Don't chase them too far. That's the last thing you want to do.
Which I am not at. I don't know how long it's supposed to take to get to N3 from N5.
Try to use launch and leave tactics.
I have no idea.
Enemy escort ships dwindling. We're almost there.
But point being, I'm not there. I'm not even close to being there. So it's gonna be a lot of like, this says something along the lines of blah blah, and I don't know what the fuck that word is. Let me photo translate real quick. It's gonna be a lot of that.
These idiots. Can't they see that they're being used?
Streaming, it's gonna be a special kind of disaster, at least for videos. You know, recording stuff, I can take all the time I need. For streams, you're gonna see it happening live, and it's gonna be a disaster. A beautiful disaster. A funny content disaster. That's right. Most people put it into hours, which is not super helpful for like these study times for the big tests. For most people, going from N5 to N4 takes about 6 months. There we go. Oh no, the hours are a lot higher on N3 than they are for N4. Okay, so based on the hours for N4,
Has come to our aid. Protect these brave souls.
if that's roughly 6 months for the average person,
You're not alone. Kestrel CIC here.
okay, it'll probably be like a year and a half
Opposing ships.
until I'm at N3,
Can you do that?
roughly speaking. So that's great.
Attack any ship that desert the fleet immediately.
If you don't know what the fuck I'm saying, it's called the JLPT N5 N4 whatever. They're the most commonly used Japanese like comprehension tests. Like if you're moving to Japan like fully to become a citizen, you're required to study Japanese and like pass those tests, the JLPT tests.
Probably a waste of time, but try requesting some support.
Oh god. Not before moving there. Like if you're like, wait, then why do I hear stories about people moving to Japan and not speaking the language? It's because you're required to pass them within a certain amount of time of moving there. They'll let you move there without speaking any Japanese. But they'll be like, yeah, if you do that, then you have to pass the N5 in like 6 months of being here or whatever. And so on and so forth. I think they make you... I don't know if they... I can't remember. I think they require you to go either up to N3 or N2.
Over to the enemy.
I'm not 100% sure. I know that the average, like, native Japanese speaker is at an N2 level. Oh yeah, and the numbers are backwards. Sorry, that was an important thing to say, probably. 5 is the lowest level, 1 is the highest. But 1 is, like, really immaculate Japanese. Like, again, the average native speaker is N2. So N1 is like insanely good Japanese to pass the N1. Most people just never even bother. Even people who have lived there their entire lives.
I can't get a lock on them. Don't shoot at us.
Chole moving to Japan arc when? I don't know. It's one of those things that sounds fun, but I think of all the logistics of it and I'm like, man, I don't know about that. I don't know about moving to any other country. It sounds like such a pain. Like, I don't know. I was lucky enough to be born in the US. Because you know what one of the hardest countries to move to is? Oh my god, the same shit. I thought about it. I'm like, I'll be fine. I was not fine.
A group of comrades has come to our aid. Protect these brave
Would it really be worse than continuing to live here? The whole process is such a pain.
We are not alone.
Kestrel CIC here.
I think it would be.
IFF data for the opposing ships.
Because, like,
Fire on our allies. Can you do that?
as much shit as even I give the US,
Attack any ships that desert
it's fine.
Unbelievable.
It really...
Firing at their own ships.
What difficulty? This is expert. We're doing the expert ranks. We're near the very end. Head-ons ain't the way. They are the way when I can hit them first. For sure. When I'm just kind of sitting there waiting, no. Not so much.
Allied fleet approaching.
Ocean ships, you mean?
That's when I should pull away.
Time, but try requesting some support.
Apply directly to forehead.
Looks like the Ocean fleet has been listening to all of our communications up to now. They're calling us traitors that joined forces with the
Yeah, I don't know. Like, every once in a while, I'm like, man, if I'm learning it anyway, it seems like a cool place. Living there would be sweet. But then I'm like, man,
Someone out there understand?
that's such a pain in the ass, though.
Sorry. My eyes are just tearing up looking at our new fleet.
The whole process of actually, like, fully becoming a citizen there,
Transmitting new IFF data. Intercept
it... Man. I doubt I have to tell many people this,
The Ocean
but,
fleet turned over to the enemy.
Japan is
My IFF is
a bit xenophobic. It's kind of just deeply rooted there.
We're supposed to be dead.
So the whole process of living there as a foreigner, even once you are a citizen, is pretty bad.
Enemy U fleet
Like, it's just way more painful than it needs to be.
Don't shoot at us. We'll have to shoot back at you.
Like, it's very common in Japan for, say, like, if you're renting an apartment or a townhome or whatever the fuck, right? Only a bit? Yeah, right?
Damn it.
It's incredibly common there for finding, like, a place to live to be difficult because so many places just straight up have a no foreigner policy. Like, you have to have a Japanese birth certificate to be able to rent or whatever, right? There are neighborhoods that are like that. Like, you can't buy the home and live there if you don't have a Japanese birth certificate, etc. So, like, even once you are fully a citizen, there's just a bunch of stuff like that. As if America's also not pretty xenophobic. It is. But I'm from America.
Shot down a bandit.
And even then, less so than Japan. Japan is notorious for it. Like, we're known to have some of it. Japan is notorious for it.
What are you all doing?
And I don't experience it because I was born here. In Japan, yeah, I don't know. It seems like it would be great to take a trip to Japan. I don't know if I need to live there. Someday I'll take a trip. I don't need to move there. There aren't as many places saying no for. Yeah, it's not like that. In the US, it's legitimately outlawed to do that. And even outside of just living and stuff like that, like it's also just common for like bars, restaurants, etc. to have no foreigner policies. Like you just can't enter if you're not from Japan. It's a really common thing there.
I got it.
In the middle of Pennsylvania or something. Yeah, and even then, they're not supposed to be able to do that. It's just if you're in the middle of nowhere, who's checking?
Enemy ship confirmed sunk.
Whoosh.
Enemy escort ship's dwindling. We're almost there.
The captain's
On my bucket list. Yeah, vacation, great. Especially if I can like actually speak it at a decent level by that point. Awesome. Because that's normally one of like the things that would hold back a trip like that, right? Is the language barrier.
Ocean Aegis ship Halcyon sunk. Ocean carrier enemy ship confirmed.
So if I could speak it,
All enemy
beautiful.
ships suppressed. We won.
but yeah, I don't know about living there.
The captain of the carrier
It just seems like
Castro.
such,
To all the
yeah,
brave souls that have survived,
I don't know.
I congratulate you. Our journey is almost at an end. But we must
It seems
not
like too much of a
wait for
hassle
results
to
reclaim
to
peace
move there,
between
and even then, like once you're there and once you've gone through all the steps, there's still just going to be a bunch of stuff that's a pain. Like there's a lot of cool stuff there. It would genuinely be a cool place to live, but there's also just a lot of downsides if you're not from there.
All Yuktobanian ships in the
That for
area
me, I'm like, I don't know if I want to
hostile
deal
ocean
with that.
forces have been brought under control.
I don't think it would be
Decision
worth
was
it.
made to quickly form a combined fleet of Yuktobanian and Ocean ships. with
They're
the
inherently never
as
going to
its
accept
flagship.
fully. Gaijin culture is real. It's true. It really, like, I don't think there will ever not, at least not in my lifetime, I don't think Japan will ever become like totally open to foreigners. Remember when Japan was known for cheap video games and then they learned that foreigners were buying games, so they're bringing up prices? Yes. We just tried and never got accepted. Yeah. And even that, like, if you want to get accepted, one of the easiest ways to actually do it is to go there and like be an English teacher. That's one of you always hear about that being pretty much the easiest way to get accepted to move there, is to do so in order to become an English teacher. It's like, dude, I don't want to be a teacher. I don't. I really don't. That is so not me. Got so close. Yeah, so next time we have mission 27, both parts of it, but then we'll be done with 5. Let me go back and take it in. It's really ironic for a region with some really good racial diversity. It is kind of wild. With Japan specifically, a lot of it is the lack of racial diversity. Because again, what is the number? I think the number has gone down a little bit. How much of Japan's population is Japanese? That is a number, not a percentage. The number has gone down, but not as much as I thought it had gone down. 97.5% of Japan's population is ethnically Japanese. Legitimately, only 2.5% of the people who live in Japan aren't Japanese. That's definitely part of it. And yeah, I was gonna say there's a term in Japan, hafu, for people who are half Japanese, for people who are mixed race. So even if you're even if you're born there and you're mixed, like one of your parents is Japanese, one of them is a foreigner who moved there, like there's some shit with that, some discrimination shit with that. It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. Like America's bad, but we're not anywhere near that bad, right? We're well beyond that point. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a sub. Come back another time. We're doing this. We're doing Ace Combat, or this is Ace Combat. We're doing Armored Core, Metal Gear, other things that I have coming down the pipeline soon. Elden Ring DLC that I'm still working through. It's bigger than expected somehow. Be a white guy and go to the Philippines. That's my cousin. One of my cousins married a woman from the Philippines and is moving there with her this year. Anyway. Honey on camera next stream. Maybe. I have to kill these honey sticks. Maybe honey sticks on camera just to get through them. Also, if you enjoyed, leave a like. Algorithm stuff. You know how it goes. If you're looking for links to anything outside of YouTube to engage the community, check out links in the description below. Things like Twitter, Discord server, whatever. They're down there. Other than that, though, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys back here next time. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you for coming to the stream, and goodbye.